Welcome to today's edition of Flames Baseball here from Maple City Park in Hornell, New York. Hello, everybody. I'm Brandon Ross, joined by Eric Moon. It's going to be a great game today here for the Flames, and let's give you the starting lineup before first pitch. Here for the Hornell Dodgers, batting first, playing short is. Oh, excuse me. My apologies. Wow, I am having a total brain fart here today, as I keep forgetting that we're not the home team. So Flames leading off here, being the road team. Batting first in center is Jack Cherno. Batting second in left, Adam Gordon. Batting third in right field, rounding up the outfield, is going to be Mike Netzel. Batting cleanup at third, A.J. DiFilippo. Batting fifth at second, Brian Hart. Batting sixth behind the plate, Jake Zarat. Batting seventh at first, Corbin Paxton. Batting eighth, DHing Nick Garcia. And batting ninth at short is going to be Mike Ruggiero. Gunnar Groen's going to be on the mound tonight for the Flames, but he's not out there right now. And out there for the Hornell Dodgers pitching tonight is going to be Trey Neighbors. Neighbors out of Webster University in Missouri. He's a big righty, 6'2", 215, originally from Texas. As we get ready to start play here, Cherno walking up to the batter's box to start play. And let's do it here from Maple City Park here in Hornell, New York. Everybody's out to their positions. Cherno, the lefty, going up against the righty Neighbors. Gets set to the batter's box.
Leading off for the Flames, the center fielder number 20 from Columbia University, Jack Cherno.
The first pitch here to Cherno to kick off this game is going to be a fastball way outside for ball one.
And the reason Trey Neighbors is starting tonight for the Dodgers is a bit of a crazy story. The Dodgers starter tonight got in a little car trouble on his way here, and so he couldn't make it to the park.
As that pitch is going to miss in the dirt and get away from Johnson behind the plate, count's going to be 2-0 now.
So Neighbors gets his first start of the year, but it's his team leading seventh appearance. He's pitched 14 innings, allowed 14 runs, 12 earned to this point.
That pitch is going to miss again. Count's going to be 3-0 now. Cherno, after a couple days rest, his last game 0 for 2 against the Syracuse Saltcats. Walked 3 times that game, struck out and popped out. And the 3-0 pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner. It's going to be 3-1.
Cherno's the second leading hitter on the Flames team, batting above 350.
Trailing only Mike Netzel in that category, as that's going to be a pitch in the dirt for ball 4. So the Flames had a base runner on with nobody away here in the top of the first. And now Adam Gordon up second for the Flames.
Batting the left fielder number 22 from Cal State Los Angeles, Adam Gordon.
Gordon, another one of those prolific hitters on the Flames this season. Gordon hitting .318 on the year. He's also tallied a couple of extra base hits as well, so in the deep gaps here, you always have to watch out for him at the plate. And the first pitch is going to be a fastball. Misses just outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and this Hornell pitching staff, as we mentioned in the pregame, they've had their struggles so far this year. Only 8 pitchers listed on the roster. They might have a position player pitch tonight based on the availability of all their pitchers.
And as the opposing broadcaster told us before the game, only 6 available, and likely only going to be Neighbors. They're going to try to ride him as long as possible, as that pitch is going to miss in the dirt. Count's going to be 2 balls and no strikes.
And the Hornell pitching staff, they're statistically not, well, one of the best to say the least in the NYCBL. The ERA only lower than the Niagara Power.
That ERA 5.94. It's almost more than 2 points higher than the Flames pitching staff, as that one's lined into left field. Giving chase to that one is Terrell, and he'll make the catch for out number 1, and Jack Cherno retreats back to first base. So 1 away, 1 on here in the top of inning number 1 for Mike Netzel.
And that was good contact the other way by Gordon, but he hit it to the deeper part of left field straight away, and it was an easy catch made by Terrell.
Mike Netzel, listed originally as a pitcher only on the roster, but has seen plenty of field. The leading hitter on this Flames squad. Neighbors from the stretch. Cherno goes. Pitch misses high. The throw down. Cherno gets in there easy. So mark that a stolen base on the ball from Trey Neighbors. Now a 1-0 count with Cherno standing on second base.
9 pitches so far for Neighbors. He's only hit the strike zone with 2.
One of them being a strike with a 3-0 count back to Cherno, and the other one a line drive out. And that pitch is going to catch the inside corner. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Netzel hitting .389 on the year. Also gets on base more than half the time he steps into the batter's box. That pitch catches the outside corner. So now Netzel behind in the count, 1-2. And Trey Neighbors on the mound there, now ahead of his first batter tonight. Cherno leads off second. Josh Lowry playing him close behind the bag. The pitch is going to be in the dirt. And count's going to be 2-2. Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Hornell Dodgers. In the outfield going from left to right, it's Terrell, Thole, and Fouth. Going from third to first base, it's going to be Matt Staker, Caleb Broughton, Josh Lowry, and Kyler Kemp. Behind the plate is Colin Johnson. And, of course, on the mound is Trey Neighbors, who has a 2-2 count here on Mike Netzel with Cherno on second base behind him. The 2-2 pitch. Misses inside, so the count's now full here to Mike Netzel.
Well, something worth mentioning with Neighbors missing the zone often is the Dodgers pitching staff overall. They do miss the zone often. They, with the walk in the first to Cherno a couple at bats ago, they have as many walks as they have strikeouts on the staff.
That pitch misses way inside, ball 4, and Netzel walks over to first base as that gets past Johnson behind the plate, and Cherno is going to advance to third. So now runners on first and third here with one away, and that brings up A.J. DiFilippo, possibly one of the biggest power threats on this team, hitting out of the cleanup spot.
And Neighbors has to be careful with him because he's been missing the zone so much that if he gets one over the plate, it might be right down Broadway for DiFilippo to crush.
We saw in A.J. DiFilippo's first game as a Flame that he drove a deep shot down the right field line, probably went way over 350 feet. And with the short porch out here and right, and really every part of this ballpark, great chance for a hitter like him as that pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Well, it's pretty deep to straightaway left and right field. It comes in a little bit in the gaps, about 375, 380, and then in center field, 349. Somebody gets into one out there, it's gone.
Neighbors looking over to Netzel over at first base. He has 4 stolen bases on the year already. He fakes a steal, and that one's going to be lined into right field for a base hit. Cherno comes around to score, and Netzel's legging it out for third, and he'll get in there easy as now runners on first and third. Cherno comes around to score. The Flames out early, 1-0.
Well, and like I said, Neighbors hasn't been hitting the zone often, and that was a hittable pitch for DiFilippo. He whacked it through the right side hole, and as a result, the Flames are leading early.
Now the Flames with a 1-0 lead. Brian Hart up in the batter's box. Hart, another big bat. A middle infielder pegged as a speedster coming in. But he certainly flashed that power quite a bit, hitting a few gappers. One of the leaders in extra base hits. Also the team leader in RBIs on the squad as that pitch is in the dirt as DiFilippo was stealing second. Anyway, he'll get in there easy. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Flames with only 1 man out.
And you like to see that aggressiveness, especially early in the game, right away with the runners in the corners and less than 2 out. You have to get that runner from first base to second to avoid the ground ball double play. And with Neighbors missing the zone frequently to begin the game, pretty easy steal for DiFilippo.
Infield has the corners in. Middle infield playing back, slightly guarding second base as that one misses inside. Hart has to jump back a little on that one. Count's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. We've seen a good bit of different weather over the past few days. Back on Sunday, it was a pure scorcher well into the 90s. It was burning in the press box where we were sitting. And yesterday, a downpour that kept the Flames from playing. And now a nice, easy day in the low 70s. A nice little breeze out here. Nothing but blue skies and white clouds.
Well, it's going to get a little more cloudy tonight, but they're not storm clouds. No chance of precipitation when I last checked the forecast.
The 2-0 again misses in the dirt. Neighbors still struggling to find his control here, and he counts 3-0.
And by the way, on Sunday, that's the reason why I brought a fan to the press box.
Eric, you're certainly a far smarter man than I in that regard. So a 3-0 count here to Brian Hart. Runners on second and third, one away. Flames already leading 1-0. Neighbors deals the 3-0. Catches the zone. And he's back in the strike zone here. 3-1 to Brian Hart.
Well, and this next pitch will be his 20th. With 19 so far, he's only hit the zone 6 times.
Haven't seen a lot of breaking balls attempted by Neighbors so far. The 3-1. That one misses outside for ball 4. So now the bases are loaded with one man out. And now Jake Zarat up for the Onondaga Flames.
Well, that last pitch might have been on the outside corner, but when you miss the zone, the umpire tends to make you earn strikes more so than if you're already hitting the zone. So Neighbors, if he was hitting the zone so far in this game, maybe he gets that call in the outside corner.
Not to mention the 3-1 pitch. Hart had the incentive to take and wait and see. And now Zarat up for his first at-bat with the bases loaded. A breaking ball goes about 50 feet. Johnson has to make a big effort to keep that one in front of him, and the count's 1-0.
Well, that's a lucky break because it got the left leg of the home plate umpire. That's going to the backstop and scoring a run.
Neighbors having a lot of trouble with his control here early on. Well over 5 dirt balls already in just this inning. Mike Netzel leads off of third base. DiFilippo off of second. Off of first is Brian Hart. And that one catches the zone. Count's going to even up at a ball and a strike.
And if you're the Flames, you got to take advantage of this opportunity very early in this game to try and assert yourself in this ball game, take a big lead in the first.
The 1-1 from Neighbors is fouled behind home plate on the ground. And count's going to be a ball and 2 strikes here on Jake Zarat. Zarat still fighting for that catcher's job. Plenty of struggles at the plate early on this season, hitting 83. That sounds like an incomplete batting average, but 83 is his batting average so far, a grand total of 2 for 24 in the 7 games he's played in so far. The 1-2. Another dirt ball. That one a curve that goes about 56 feet. Lands a little bit short of the batter's box, and the count's going to be 2-2.
But he's had some good at-bats to this point, despite only the 2 hits on the year. That's one of the big things with this Flames offense, getting quality at-bats. Want to get at least a 550 quality at-bat average throughout every game.
A lot of quality at-bats, also a lot of hard shots right at fielders. That is another dirt ball. 3rd dirt ball in a row from Trey Neighbors on the mound, and the count's full at 3-2 with the bases loaded.
Zarat's the 6th batter of the inning. So far, 4 of the first 6 batters have had 3-ball counts.
Full count here on Jake Zarat. Bases loaded, 1 man out, up 1-0 in the top of the first inning. The pitch is chopped foul behind home plate, so Zarat stays alive here, earning his quality at bat right now, and the count's going to stay full at 3-2.
Well, that's what you have to do with any pitcher. Just wear him down in any at bat, and you'll get good results.
Neighbors working out of the stretch. The 3-2 is a breaking ball, just misses high. Neighbors really wanted that one. He's in disbelief, but Zarat's walking to first. Everyone advances, and Mike Netzel touches home. Now a 2-0 Flames lead.
Well, that one, I think, from up here was just a little up in the zone. It didn't quite come down in the zone where Neighbors wanted it to, but on 3-2, I think I would have gone with a fastball.
And behind early in this game, Neighbors really felt he needed that pitch, but now Corbin Paxton up with the bases loaded. First pitch to Paxton is going to be a fastball strike. Counts 0-1.
Well, at this point, if you're Neighbors and the Dodgers, you're looking for any way to get out of this inning without, a 5 spot, for example, with the bases loaded, already 2 runs in for the Flames.
Just trying not to cause any more damage. Paxton hasn't been a threat offensively so far, but he is one here as that one's lined into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. The second runner, Brian Hart, holds up at third, so another run in here for the Flames, and Zarat gets another run in here. Now 3-0 Onondaga leads.
Well, it's a good piece of Paxton fighting off pitch on the inside part of the plate. He goes the other way with it, and it was just out of the diving reach of Broughton because it was such a close play. Only 1 run scored on the play, and now the Flames have a 3-run lead.
Only the 6th hit of the year for Paxton, his 5th run batted in. And now up to bat's going to be Nick Garcia as he'll foul that one off on a line towards the parking lot. Thankfully, my car is a little further back in the parking lot, so it's not really in danger of being hit. So 0-1 count here to Nick Garcia.
Are you sure it didn't hit your car? I heard a thump back there.
I'm pretty sure my car's too far back to be in danger, but thank you, Eric, for your concern.
I did hear a thump, though.
Well, we'll see. Neighbors from the stretch, the 0-1. Grounded foul down the first base line, just out of play. Kent couldn't field that one in play, and the count's going to be 0-1.
Neighbors,
0-2 now, rather, after that
Neighbors
second
is
foul
over
ball.
30 pitches here in the first inning, and he's just looking desperately for a ground ball. With 0-2, he's in control of the at-bats, looking to try and get that ground ball just to get out of the inning.
Bases loaded here, 0-2 count to Garcia. The pitch, cut on and missed. Garcia takes a big hack there, can't make contact, so now 2 away for Mike Ruggiero.
Well, that'll do the trick if you're Trey Neighbors. It just overpowers him with a fastball that time. He had a lot of command on that fastball, but that's something he's been looking for all inning.
First strikeout on the night for Trey Neighbors. And Ruggiero, the 9-hitter. Now all batters on the Flames will have had a chance to bat this inning. First pitch is a fastball, just catches the outside corner of the plate. And 0-1 here to Ruggiero. Ruggiero getting back in the groove of playing after missing a few games early on with a hamstring pull. The 0-1 is a fastball, just misses high. Counts evened up at a ball and a strike. Since he's come back, Ruggiero not doing too bad, 2-11. He's driven in a pair of runs. Also scored 5 of his own so far. Now bases loaded, 2 away, a chance to drive in some more. As that breaking ball just misses out of the zone. That one could have been a little inside or maybe a little bit high or maybe both. But either way, the count's 2-1.
Well, he's that guy that gets on base at the right time and he starts a rally. That's what he has done since he's come back, and he's able to score runs, help his team out.
That pitch misses high and outside. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to Ruggiero. And if he gets walked here, it's back to the top of the order for the Flames.
With another run home. Already a crooked number on the scoreboard. More would be even better for Onondaga.
Neighbors from the stretch, the 3-1 is going to be grounded over to short. Broughton's going to field that one and flip it to Lowry at second for the final out of the inning. So mark that a 6-4 fielder's choice. And at the end of a long top of the first inning, the Flames have a 3-0 lead here in Hornell. Heading into the bottom of the first inning here at Maple City Park, Flames cut out to a big lead early on, 3-0. 3-0 early on, and now the starting lineup for the Hornell Dodgers. Batting first is playing shortstop is Caleb Broughton. Batting second, Keegan Terrell playing left field. Batting third, playing first base is Kyler Kent. Batting fourth, playing catcher, Colin Johnson. Batting fifth in center is Nate Thole. Batting sixth at second is Josh Lowry. Batting seventh in the DH spots, Tyler Marshall. Batting eighth in right field is Matt Fouth. And batting ninth, playing third base, is Matt Staker. And now Eric Moon was pushing me along to get to the starting lineup, but I was in no rush. Gunnar Groan still warming up there on the mound. He still has plenty of pitches to throw before they have to throw it down and get the inning started. But anyway, Gunnar Groan had a great outing last time out against Olean, and now out with a big cushion early on. You got to think that helps his confidence on the mound there.
Oh, it helps his confidence, but it helps his comfort, especially on the mound, because with that cushion, you can just relax and try and get comfortable in this game, comfortable facing that Dodgers order, getting used to him, and he's been in a rhythm. His last 2 starts, he's been spectacular in 6 innings 2 starts ago, 7 innings against the Oilers last Wednesday, and he's been going through his rhythm yesterday before the postponement against Sherrill. Today, he even threw it a little bit during that Flames first inning. He's ready to go.
Grown ready to go as Caleb Broughton steps into the box for his first at-bat.
Leading off for the Dodgers, the shortstop, number 6.
There's a pitcher warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. We can't see who he is from our vantage point, but they might be trusting a different guy to go at least 5 innings in this one.
Grown getting set from the stretch. The first pitch on the evening for Grown is going to catch the strike zone. Fastball right over the heart of the plate, and the count's 0-1. Broughton out of Bucknell University, one of the few D1 players on this Hornell roster. Grown still working from the stretch with nobody on. This 0-1 pitch catches the outside corner. It's going to be 0-2 here.
Well, and beware of this offense because they're good at getting guys on base and getting them over. Second in the league in stolen bases, 27 of 33.
Averaging 7 runs per game as a team so far this season. And Grown deals the 0-2. That one's a fastball on the outside corner. Broughton wanted that one outside, but instead he's going to head back to the dugout, 1 away here in the bottom of the first.
Tell you what, that's a perfect start from Grown. And I love that start, especially because he just pounded the zone. 3 fastballs on the outside corner. See you later.
Broughton sent back to the dugout looking, and now Keegan Terrell up to bat for the Dodgers. Terrell out of Concordia University. He is one of the big bats on this team, very efficient at the plate. And the first pitch is going to be lined deep into right field. Netzel's going to give that one chase, but it's going to be well foul. In most ballparks, that wouldn't be a threat, but that one very close to the foul post over there in right field.
Yeah, it would have been a double down the right field line if it was a fair ball.
As I mentioned, Terrell hitting well above 400 early on in the campaign. 13 for 31 in 8 games so far this year. Has 6 extra base hits to his name, including 2 triples on the year. The 0-1 from Grown. Cut on and missed. Terrell got ahead of the fastball, and the count's 0-2.
5 fastballs, 5 strikes to begin his night.
Grown gets set. The 0-2 is a breaking ball, looked on and missed. 2/3 of the way to an immaculate inning here for Gunnar Grown. 6 pitches, 6 strikes, 2 outs, and now that'll bring up Kyler Kent.
Well, after scoring 3 runs in the top half of the inning, you're just looking for a shutdown inning from Grown to keep the Dodgers off the scoreboard. I didn't quite I expected a good start from him, but not quite in 2/3 of an immaculate inning to this point.
And you were talking about how comfortable he probably is. He's showing a lot of comfort right now. Now Kyler Kent, the first baseman, up for the Hornell Dodgers. And Grown gets ready. The first pitch is going to be a line foul behind home plate. And first strike here to Kyler Kent. Let's give you the defensive alignment for the Flames. Going left to right in the outfield, Adam Gordon, Jack Cherno, and Mike Netzel. Left to right in the infield, A.J. DiFilippo at third, Ruggiero at short, Brian Hart at second, and Corbin Paxton at first. Jake Surratt behind the plate, and of course Gunnar Grown pitching on the mound here. And he deals the 0-1. His fastball's ripped into right center field. That one could find the gap, and it'll drop for a base hit. Mike Netzel runs past that one. Kent's going to go for 2. The throw from Netzel is well in time, and Kent gets gunned down trying for 2. So that'll be a hit here for Kyler Kent, but a gutsy attempt at 2. Not even close to getting there on time. So no runs, 1 hit, no men left on base at the end of a full inning of play. The Flames still have a 3-0 lead here at Maple City Park.
Flames 3,
Back in the top of the second inning, and Trey Neighbors for the Dodgers already done tonight. Final line score, 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, and a strikeout on 37 pitches. And now Jack Henby is going to be on the mound for the Dodgers. Haven't seen him pitch at all this year. And after going around the entire order in the first inning, Jack Cherno leads off for the second time. First pitch to Cherno. He's going to catch the outside corner on the fastball and counts 0-1.
Well, there's nothing we know about Henby except that we haven't seen a pitch before with the Dodgers, and he didn't pitch at college this year. Listed as an outfielder on the Hornell roster.
You know what? A fastball on the inside corner, counts 0-2, and the Hornell broadcaster did advertise this to us that if things went wrong, there was a good chance they'd throw a position player out there, given the lack of depth on the pitching staff.
I didn't expect it this early, though.
I didn't either. I was presuming maybe the 7th or 8th inning if it was getting late and it was a blowout. That one's driven into right center field. Giving chase to that one's going to be Thole. He can't get there, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Cherno digging for 2. He rounds second. He's going to hold up there. It's a double to lead off the inning for Jack Cherno, and a runner in scoring position early again for the Flames with nobody out.
Another well-hit ball to center for Cherno. Another hit for him. And what I've noticed so far with the play with the ball getting by Netzel very briefly at the end of the inning, and here the ball, it gets a little stuck in the grass in the outfield. It's not very bouncy. The ball doesn't bounce a whole lot.
Grass well kept here, but it looks like it just takes either a couple bad hops or it's a little bit sturdy.
Very sturdy grass.
Slows down the ball. Now Adam Gordon up for his second at bat. Flew out to left his first time up. First pitch from Henby is going to be a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. And you got to wonder, with a position player on the mound in only the second inning, you don't think they're throwing in the towel this early, do you?
They are not throwing in the towel this early, especially the way Henby's pitching. Yes, he gave up a double, but his first 4 pitches have been strikes. He's already pitching better than Trey Neighbors did.
We don't know if he has a breaking pitch since we don't know if he actually pitches, so we'll have to wait and see on that. The 0-1's a fastball that Adam Gordon gets caught out in front of. And the count's 0-2.
That actually was the breaking ball from Henby. Just dipped below the zone right at the end.
Looks like it was a changeup then. So I don't know if we're going to see a curveball or a slider or anything out of him. But now Cherno leading off of second as Henby checks on him over there. Nothing doing. Henby's back on the mound quickly working out of the stretch. Gordon the lefty against the righty Henby. Henby looks back. Cherno takes a bigger lead. The 0-2. Cut on and missed. A fastball out of the zone, and Gordon gives chase. So now 1 away here, as now coming out to bat for the Flames is going to be Mike Netzel. And on that strikeout, the first of the night for Jack Henby and only the second for this Dodgers team. Certainly asserting himself early, even though he doesn't have a lot of pitching experience.
No, he doesn't have a whole lot of experience, but he's doing a good job out there just throwing strikes. If you're struggling on the bump, you gotta go back to the basics. You just gotta start throwing strikes to start getting outs.
Netzel walked his first time up. Henby looking back at second. First pitch to Netzel misses inside, counts 1-0. And one thing that can happen when a pitcher is a position player just stuck out there is it can get into the head of the batters that they realize, okay, this guy isn't a pitcher, and they try to swing for the fences, and they get a little overconfident, and they don't realize what's coming ahead of them. You see that in the major leagues all the time when position players go on to pitch. The 1-0 catches the outside corner. Counts evened up at a ball and a strike.
Well, as we've seen from Henby, he is no slouch on the mound. He's got a good fastball and a couple of good breaking pitches, too. He hits the zone well. It's clear he's pitched before.
Lowry playing close at second, guarding Cherno with a big lead. The 1-1. Fastball misses high and outside. Now 2 balls and 1 strikes on Mike Netzel. Netzel really known for hitting, also as well as just getting on base for the team. Netzel's on base percentage, .522. As that one misses, and Cherno's able to steal third. So Cherno steals on that pitch. Now he's on third with one away, and a fly ball would score him here.
Tell you what, that's an aggressive call that you make early in the game when you're up 3 rather than up 1 even, or in a tie ball game. To have Cherno steal third on a 2-1 pitch, he's got the speed to do it. The throw is a little off target. He has another stolen base. Productive out can get him in here.
Second of the night for Jack Cherno. And a 3-1 count here to Mike Netzel, the pitch. That a fastball way high and outside, ball 4. And now Netzel is on first with his second walk of the game. And that's also the first walk of the evening for Jack Henby, first walk of his Dodgers career. And now A.J. DiFilippo up for his second at-bat, last time up singled in a run.
This will be a good matchup here with Henby's good fastball and DiFilippo. He's a good fastball hitter.
DiFilippo working from the left side. That one misses high. It looks like Netzel faked a steal down to second and bounced back. But Johnson throws it over to second base anyway. An interesting decision with Cherno standing there on third, but
I was about to say that I wouldn't be surprised if Netzel went on the first pitch. The Flames have done that already in this game with runners in the corners and less than 2 out. I won't be surprised if he goes later in this at-bat, maybe even on this pitch.
The 1-0's cut on and missed. DiFilippo ahead of that one. And it counts evened up at a ball and a strike. And you got to wonder, if Netzel does steal, what's the defensive strategy for the Dodgers? They could do a short pick with one of the middle infielders running and cutting it off. It could be a throw straight back to the pitcher. It could be a fake throw by the catcher just to catch Cherno off guard. There are a lot of different ways this could play out, or down 3, they could just decide it's worth just throwing it down to second and getting the out. Henby working from the stretch, the 1-1. It's popped high into the shallow infield. That one's going to trail all the way back behind the plate. And that one is going to... That one was actually out of our line of sight, so we couldn't see what the result was, but it was caught.
It was caught, but the runners tagged.
It was caught, but the runners end up tagging. We really apologize that we weren't able to give up to date. We're not in the best position, so there was literally a part of behind the plate in the backstop where we couldn't see. We couldn't see what the umpire called. We couldn't see what the catcher did. But it was a pop-out behind home plate. Netzel advanced to second. And as he advanced to second, there was a throw. And on that throw, Cherno scored. So it's now 4-0 on Onondaga.
I've heard of a sacrifice fly, but never a sacrifice pop-out.
That's certainly one of the more rare plays, as the first pitch here to Brian Hart is cut on and missed. Gets ahead of the changeup there, and the count's 0-1.
We've seen a couple interesting plays so far this year. Corbin Paxton had just an RBI ground out, but a 2-run ground out earlier this year. Now a sacrifice pop out in foul territory to score a run.
There are always some things you don't see every day. A few games ago, we saw a drop third strike that ended up getting a guy to second base. As the 0-1 misses inside to Brian Hart. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Netzel leading off of second base. 1-1 count to Brian Hart. 2 away in the top of inning number 2. Flames leading 4-0. Henby with an earned run to his name now. The first pitch misses high and outside. And that count's going to be 2-1. Hart gets steps back into the box on the 2-1 count. Big lead from Netzel. The pitch. Cut on and miss. He got way out in front of that one, trying to hit that one over into the houses across the street. And the count's knotted up at 2-2. Hart behind in the count now.
That was a little off speed from Henby. Hart was swinging hard for the fences that time.
Henby only 2 pitches he's working with this inning, but they've been effective for him aside from the 1 run. The 2-2 is going to be chopped foul behind home plate. Hart able to make contact on that one, but he just got to it a little early. After that one rolls into the third base line, the count's still 2-2. Netzel's lead's growing on second base. Lowry guarding him closely. Henby looks back. The 2-2 is going to be popped into center field. Drifting under that one is Stoll, and he'll make the easy catch for out number 3. Henby gets out of the inning, but not without some damage, at the end of an inning and a half of play. The Flames have a 4-0 lead here at Maple City Park. Now back in the bottom of the second inning, Flames able to put up another run in the top half, now leading 4-0. And Colin Johnson, the cleanup hitter, leading off for the Dodgers. Gunnar Grown back on the mound for his second inning of work, only threw 8 pitches in the first inning, as that one, a fastball, misses way outside in the dirt. It's actually the first ball in the afternoon for Gunnar Grown.
Well, and that one just got away from him. You know, I think he's in such a rhythm that he just gripped the ball too tightly on that one, released it a little late, threw it right to the backstop.
Certainly still got a plenty bit of cushion behind him, up 4 runs in only the second inning. And the 1-0 from Grown. Fastball misses high, now 2 balls in a row after 8 straight strikes to start out this one.
Well, it was another long inning, not nearly as long as the first. I didn't see Grown throwing a bit in the bullpen, but I don't think he necessarily needed to, but he's got to get back in his rhythm right now.
Grown, as always, working out of the stretch, even with no one on, the 2-0. That one misses high, another fastball out of the zone, and now he's behind the count 3-0 now. Grown in danger of allowing the first walk of the evening. He did give up a hit last inning, but he was gunned down at second, trying to extend it to 2 as that fastball catches the inside corner for strike 1. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. Grown gets set. The 3-1. It's going to be lined foul behind home plate.
Heads up, B. Ross's car.
That is towards the parking lot, but no, that was not in the parking lot. Nice try.
Not at all.
So now a full count here to Colin Johnson, and if you recall, Gunnar Grown was one of a few players who made it onto the radio at WSYR 570 a few days ago, as the payoff pitch is going to be grounded right back to Grown. A quick snag there by the pitcher, and that'll be tossed on the first for the out. Great reflexes by Gunnar Grown as they get the first out.
Tell you what, these Flames pitchers can field their position as well, and that's a big part of being a pitcher. You can't just throw balls and strikes up there. You got to field your position. We've seen it from Gabe Golub, we've seen it from Gunnar Grown, and we just saw it right there.
As Nate Thole steps up for his first at-bat, as I was saying, he was on WSYR 570 for the Sports Express show, and he was talking about his approach that he learned from his coaches at Pepperdine his first year, even though he didn't see any action, as that first pitch, a fastball, misses low and away. He said the approach is to just throw hard and accurate as long and consistent as you can. It's a very basic approach, but it's one that seems to work for him. He's one of the better starters in this rotation for the Flames. The 1-0, another dirt ball here from Grown, and it counts 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, he's a big guy on the mound. He's 6'5", so you know he's going to have a lot of power on the mound. He's using that to his advantage with his fastball, especially to throw long and hard throughout the game.
He's certainly a power pitcher, but not really a big strikeout guy. In his 3 starts so far this season, 3 strikeouts. And now that's up to 5 after 2 strikeouts in the first inning for the Dodgers, as the 2-0 pitch is a fastball right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Well, he didn't even have a strikeout in his last start against Olean, and he was spectacular. He no-hit them he didn't allow a hit until the 5th inning. 5th or 6th inning. It was one of those two.
Grown, the 2-1, is going to be pop foul behind home plate, probably going to hit us above our heads, but we're kindly protected, and I hope that doesn't hit my car, but fortunately,
I didn't hear a thump that time.
Didn't hear a thump, but either way, we can't tell. We don't have a good enough angle, so now the count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Nate Thole. The 2-2 is a fastball driven into shallow left side. Foul territory, going to be fielded easy by DiFilippo for the second out. That one looked like it was going to go a little further into the outfield at first, but no breeze here at all. Just got stuck up there and dropped into foul territory beside third base. And an easy out number 2 for the Flames, as that brings up Josh Lowry for his first at-bat.
Well, it can be a little tougher from our vantage point to judge the ball off the bat. It's really about watching the fielders for us, to figure out where the ball is going. DiFilippo saw it right away, and he just scrambled to his right, few steps, made the catch, foul territory.
The first pitch to Lowry is going to be a fastball, misses high, and it counts 1-0. Lowry's played 8 games so far this season, hitting below the Mendoza line so far. He also had a pitching appearance, and he had an ERA that's not something you would speak kindly of. He got the save, as that pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1, counts knotted up at a ball and a strike. He ended up getting the save after throwing 1/3 of an inning and allowing 2 earned runs. So his ERA on the year, 54. That's not something you see every day. The 1-1 is a breaking ball, misses just behind the foot of Josh Lowry.
He still got the job done, though. Got the save against Wellsville last night, though the Dodgers did have a big lead. They only won by 2. Dodgers actually pretty good against the Wellsville Nitros. They've handed them 2 of their 3 losses.
The 2-1 is going to be chop foul down the left side. That one behind the plate, and the count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And the Flames will have quite the challenge against that same Wellsville team tomorrow night at OCC when the Flames take on the Wellsville Nitros. Wellsville is 11-3 on the year, 3 games better than anybody else in the NYCBL.
Very much thanks to Cyrus Grimes, one of the top players, probably the top player in the entire league.
Oh, for sure, right now.
As there's a quick mound conference between Grown and Zarat out there in front of the mound. Counts 2-2 here to Josh Lowry, 2 away in the bottom of the second inning. Flames still maintaining a 4-0 lead.
And in this league, with how short the season is compared to the majors, at least, it's 40 games that go by very quickly in 2 months. When you have a star hitter playing pretty much every night, that can take your team really far.
Absolutely, even can carry a bad pitching staff. We see that with Sherrill in our side of the division, have a great record besides horrid pitching stats, as that one's lined out deep into center field, but not deep enough, as Chernum easily makes the catch for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no one left on base at the end of 2 innings of play. The Flames still maintain a 4-0 lead here at Maple City Park.
Welcome back to Maple City Park for the third inning of play between the Flames and the Dodgers. Flames have scored 4 runs in the first 2 innings so far. They lead the Dodgers 4-0. Eric Moon, Brandon Ross with you here from Hornell, New York. A cool 2-hour, 20-minute drive from Onondaga Community College, roughly. As Jake Zerot steps in against Jack Hemby, getting his second inning of work tonight and on the season. First pitch fastball finds the zone for strike one. The count is 0-1. Henby threw 20 pitches in the second inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, struck out 1, and allowed 1 run. A lot of ones around for him. Breaky ball is up and in to Zerot for ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Last time in his first at-bat, Jake Zerot, another quality at-bat for him. A bases-loaded walk drove in the Flames' second of 3 runs in the top of the first inning. He has a 1-1 count now, the right-handed batter against the righty Henby. 1-1, chopped foul down the third base line. It is strike 2, the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to the catcher out of Canisius. Zerot still 2 of 24 at the plate after the walk in his last at-bat, which was his 3rd of the year. Here's a 1-2 from Henby. Fastball is up and in. Zerot thought about offering at it initially, but he pulled back. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count on the Flames catcher. Henby, as we mentioned in the last inning, listed as an outfielder on the Dodger roster. 2-2, fastball fouled over the bleachers and out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Henby out of Alfred State College, one of multiple players on this Dodgers team from Alfred State. 4 in total, all of them listed as position players on the roster. The wind of the deal here on another 2-2 is a breaking ball that stays up. It's ball 3. The count runs full down to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this is another quality at bat here for Jake Zerot.
Zerot working the count here, and not a big surprise. You see a lot of guys from Alfred State, also known as SUNY Alfred. It is a state school, and it is right around here, not very far away.
Here's payoff. Swinging a ground ball, left side. Good hop for the shortstop. Broughton, the throw to first is a bouncer, but it's in time for the outs. Zerot out on a 6-3 put out to begin the 3rd inning.
Brown had to range quite a ways to get that one, but he was able to grab it and make a solid bounce throw over to first.
First time tonight, the Flames have not gotten the leadoff batter on base. And here is Corbin Paxton out of Lake Erie College. Left-handed batter to face the righty, Henby. Henby is a native of Hornell, New York, a graduate of Hornell High School, so he played his ball games here at Hornell High School, Maple City Park, on the grounds of the high school. As the first one to Paxton is a breaking ball that's on the outside corner. It's strike 1, the count is 0-1. Henby at Alfred State, meanwhile, he is majoring in business administration. Good hitter with Alfred State this year, too. 0-1 lined hard, but foul down the right side. It is strike 2. The count is quickly 0-2 on Corbin Paxton.
Riley Glenn showing the hustle for that ball in foul territory, as he always does.
Has fun at the ballpark every night, Riley Glenn does. And why not when you're playing the greatest game on earth, as many people would say.
America's pastime, Eric.
0-2 from Henby. Fastball fouled back to the netting, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Paxton. First time up, hit a little jam shot to the left side out of the diving reach of Caleb Broughton, the shortstop for the Dodgers. It was in the left field for a base hit, scored 1. Actually scored the 3rd of 3 runs for the Flames. As Paxton hits one in the air, pretty deep to center field, trailing back a little bit is Thole, but he makes the catch. And there are 2 away now in the 3rd inning.
Henby playing a good approach here. Long at bats, but getting the outs he needs to get. So he may not go a great distance here, especially since he's not an experienced pitcher. But getting these outs is what his team needs in order to survive tonight.
And here's Nick Garcia. Struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. The 3rd pitch especially just an overpowering fastball from Trey Neighbors. who, just a reminder, only pitched 1 inning in this contest. First one to Garcia, pitch is low and in. Ball 1, the count is 1-0. Garcia at the plate, now 5 of 19 on the season. He has scored 4 times. He's reached on 4 walks. As the 1-0 fastball is up, maybe a little outside too. It's ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Flames in control, 4-0. They lead the Dodgers here in the top of the 3rd inning with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-0 is lined out towards center field, and it drops in for a base hit. Dole able to cut it off. Garcia takes the turnaround first, but he has just the 2-out single. And the Flames have a base runner on with 2 away.
The big reason the Flames have won 4 of their last 5 games, resilience. Even if they're backed into a corner, they continue to succeed. Not really backed into a corner down 4 runs, but with 2 outs in the inning, getting those 2-out hits has propelled them to those wins.
And here is Mike Ruggiero, grounded into a fielder's choice, his first time up. Now 4 of 20 at the plate so far this year. As Brandon mentioned earlier in the game, he's scored 5 times this year. Driven in 2, reached on 3 walks. Here's the first one of the right-handed batter. The pitch is up, throw down to first to try and get Garcia leaning off the bag. Is not in time. 1-0 the count to Ruggiero. Product of Wagner College is Mike. Only appeared in 4 games this year for him. 2 at-bats. 1-0 is hit well in the air to center field. Thole trailing back towards the fence. He's able to make the catch. And that will retire the side. The Flames get 1, but they get 1 on the base paths, but they strand him. And but Onondaga still leads Hornell 4-0 after 2.5. Back at Maple City Park for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Flames ahead 4-0. It's 7-8-9 in the Dodger order as Tyler Marshall, the designated hitter, steps up to the plate. The right-handed batter to face Gunnar Groen once again. First one from Gunnar here is a hard fastball low and in. Ball 1, the count 1-0. Proved to be a little more vulnerable in his last inning on the mound, as he did miss the strike zone in the 2nd inning. Did not miss it in the 1st. 1-0 hit high in the air, pretty deep to left center rather. Gordon on a track, and he makes the catch for the first out.
You know, that's what Gunnar Groen's known for, getting those quick outs, even if they are hit quite hard. I remember, I think his last start against Olean, 3 innings in, he had only thrown 17 pitches.
It was 17 pitches through the first 3 innings against the Oilers, and he's a guy that pitches to contact. Yes, the first 2 batters he faced in the game, he struck out looking, but that's because they weren't ready for his fastball, frankly. First one to Matt Fouth. The right fielder is loaded in. Ball 1, the count, 1-0.
You'd expect someone of his frame at 6'5" to be a guy that looks to power the ball past everybody, but it's a very bad misconception because clearly that's not his approach that we've seen through the year.
1-0 from Groen. Fouled back to the netting. It's strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Fouth, one of 2 players on the Hornell roster out of Concordia University. There are a lot of Concordia universities. This is the one in Chicago that both Matt Fouth and Keegan Terrell attend. Both natives of Illinois, too. Pitch is low for ball 2, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. For Fouth, he's from Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Graduate of Conant High School. In high school, he was named All-Conference, All-Area. He was the Journal Player of the Year and the team MVP. 2-1 from Groen. Breaking ball fouled back and out of play. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes in what is quickly turning into a good battle between the Dodger right field and Gunnar. Meanwhile, at Concordia University, Fouth played in 24 games, started 10. He was 10 of 45 at the plate, drove in 9 runs, hit .222. As here's the 2-2 from Groen. Pitches low and in the dirt. Ball 3. Good take by Fouth. Count runs flown out of 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Fouth at Concordia is also majoring in criminal justice. We've seen a few players with other teams majoring in criminal justice. A couple that want to be FBI agents, too.
I think the most popular majors we've seen among players in this league is business administration and criminal justice.
Fouth, the righty, back in the box against the righty Groen. Ready for the payoff here with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here it is, and the fastball got him looking on the outside corner. 3rd strikeout of the night for Gunnar, and there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now stepping up to the plate for Hornell is the 3rd baseman, Matt Staker. Staker, one of multiple players out of Webster University. Well, that's one thing we've seen on this Dodger roster. Chunks of players from a few colleges, more so than some other teams, as the fastball finds his own for strike 1. The count is 0-1.
Staker did not stay close to home by any stretch, though.
No, he did not. He is from El Cajon, California.
El Cajon.
California. El Cajon. I don't know my pronunciations of California towns very well.
It's a little suburb outside San Diego.
Pitch is low and away for ball 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Staker got a lot of action at Webster University this year. 48 games, all starts. 34 of 135 at the plate, amounted for a .252 batting average. Here's a 1-1 from Groen, and the fastball is grounded fair down the 3rd base line and past the dive aid. DiFilippo rounding first, and stopping is Staker. First base runner of the night for the Dodgers on their 2nd hit.
You know, the Dodgers haven't gotten much done offensively so far, but that hit could just very well get the momentum going. All you need is 1 hit to start a rally.
Well, and this Dodgers offense can wake up pretty quickly. They are among the upper half in most categories of teams in the NYCBL. 6.9 runs per game, a nice margin that amounts to 3rd, that ranks 3rd in the NYCBL. As the pitch just missed for ball 1. A little up to Caleb Broughton, the shortstop. 1-0 the count with 2 outs and a man on. 1-0 from Gunnar. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Broughton in high school, at Lebanon High School. He's a native of West Lebanon, New Hampshire. Played 2 sports. He was a 2-sport athlete. One, of course, was baseball. As the 1-1 is inside for ball 2. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. Played 4 years of baseball, 3 years of football. He was a team captain on the baseball team his last 2 years at Lebanon. Here's 2-1. And that pitch just misses the outside corner. A little off speed from Gunner. And for the first time, he's down 2 in a count. At least with a 3-1 count. Gunner trying to regain his rhythm here to get the Flames out of the 3rd inning. The 3-1 fastball is chopped slowly towards short. Ruggiero plays on the hop. Guns it at first, but not in time. Broughton was hustling down the line on the slow roller. And he legs out an infield hit to keep the inning alive for Hornell.
Ruggiero was just making sure he could field that one cleanly on the path he was taking, but he didn't take it quick enough, as able to get in first safely was Broughton.
It was a good charge by Mike coming in to get the ball. He was playing his normal position at the back of the dirt. Came in to grab the baseball in a hop. Gunned it to first, but it just wasn't quite in time to get the speedy Broughton. 2 runners on now and 2 away for Keegan Terrell, and the first pitch is outside. Ball 1, the count is 1-0 to Terrell. Native of Joliet, Illinois. Graduate of Joliet Catholic High School. As a sophomore in high school, he was a state champion. His team won the championship in the state of Illinois. 1-0 from Groen. Finds the dirt. Trying to cover the second base bag for a potential pickoff was Hart, but none coming from Jake Surratt. 2-0 the count. As with the last 2 batters, at least we've seen Gunner start to miss the zone a little more frequently. Meanwhile, the first time Terrell stepped up to the plate against Gunnar Groen, struck out looking on 3 pitches. 2-0 line foul off a pole behind home plate. Strike 1, the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Guys, Gunner gets back in the at-bat.
Gunnar Groen's focus doesn't seem to have broken here, even with the 2 base runners on behind him.
But still a tough challenge at the plate, as Terrell is the leading hitter on this Dodger squad. 2-1. Fastball low in the dirt. Throw down to first base. Paxton was not at the bag and not expecting it as a result, but he kept it from going into right field. 3-1 the count.
Even after a few games, Surratt still knocking off the rust behind the plate. Must have missed a signal or something, but thankfully Paxton able to grab that one before it got out of hand.
Well, and I think Surratt realized that he wasn't covering the bag right away when he came up throwing, so he just threw it right at Paxton instead. As Terrell hits it down the right field line, it'll drop foul just past the running Corbin Paxton.
Great effort there by Paxton, but that one was way too far out of his reach. He was never going to get to that one.
3 balls and 2 strikes now the count to Keegan Terrell. Played in 8 games coming into this one. 8 out of the 13 games for the Dodgers. He's their leading hitter. .419 average, 13 of 31 at the plate. Again, that's coming into this one. Of his 13 hits, 6 have gone for extra bases. 4 doubles, 2 triples. Only player on the team with more than 1 triple. So you know he has the legs, as well as the power. Pitches outside for ball 4 on the payoff, and the bases are loaded with 2 away on a little 2-out rally from the Dodgers.
Gunnar Groen has the cushion here. Probably was a little bit comfortable coming into this 3rd inning, but now probably a little bit of stress as now 3 runners on.
And now going out to the mound to meet with the infield, Jake Surratt and Gunnar Groen is Robert Anders, the pitching coach for the Flames. Definitely a good visit here to try and get him back in his rhythm, because clearly from up here, Gunnar has gotten out of his rhythm a little bit after giving up the 2-out single to Matt Staker to begin this rally. As the players and Robert Anders disperse from the mound back to their respective positions. And the batter is now Kyler Kent, the first baseman.
Now batting to first base.
Kent, the left-handed batter
Kyler Kent.
out of Webster University, graduate of Pottsboro High School. That's in Texas. He's a native of Pottsboro. A lot of action for Kent at Webster University this year, and he was a great hitter. Hit .428 in 48 games. The grounds went to the right side and threw for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. Netzel comes up gunning from right field. The throw makes to the plate, gets through Zerat. Here comes a third runner. He will score as well. On to second on the throw is Kyler Kent, and the Dodgers are suddenly right back in this one. 4-3. The Flames now lead.
That was just a litany of mental errors there by the Flames. They cannot afford to do that in any game this season. They had a 4-run lead, and just with one swing of the bat, it all went away.
So it'll go down as a 2-run single for Kyler Kent. The third run came home on an error. The throw went up the line and through the legs of Zerat to the backstop.
Colin Johnson.
On second base on the error is Kyler Kent. And here's Colin Johnson, the catcher, with a chance to tie this ball game up. He grounds one left side. Snagged at third by DiFilippo. Throw to first is in time to get the Flames out of the inning, but not before 3 runs come home for the Dodgers on a 2-run single and an E9. Flames now lead Hornell 4-3 after 3. Welcome back to Maple City Park, where this game has been not quite turned upside down, but suddenly the Dodgers are in it. On a 2-run single and another run scoring on the error during the same play, the Dodgers are suddenly within 1 against the Flames after the Flames were in control through 2.5 innings. Jack Cherno, the center fielder, will lead things off for Onondaga, trying to bounce back from a crooked number on the scoreboard against Jack Henby. First pitch, fastball gets away from the catcher Johnson. Ticked off his glove to the backstop, but it's ball 1 regardless. Henby up to 37 pitches now. He's given up 1 run, allowed 2 hits. Struck out 1, walked 1. 1-0. Cherno squares up the bunt. He's bunting for a base hit, snagged by the third baseman. Throw to first, gets by, and down the right field line. Cherno racing for second base. Now getting to it is Fouth. Cherno takes a big turn around second, puts on the brakes, and the throw is on target at third. Cherno stops at second base on what will be a bunt single and an E5.
You know, that was an interesting play. I think that the Dodgers may have gotten away with something a little bit there because I think that actually rolled out of play, which would have advanced Cherno to third. But no one's contesting that, and thankfully no umpires saw that. So the Dodgers getting away with murder there a little bit.
Here's Adam Gordon with a runner in scoring position and nobody out to begin the inning. So the Flames get a bit of a break. Not sure if Cherno was going to be safe or out if the throw was on target at first base. But regardless, it's a hit and an error. Gordon grounds one past the pitcher, Henby. Cherno on to third. The throw from the shortstop, Broughton, is on time and on target. In time and on target, rather, is for the first out. But a productive one, regardless, from Adam Gordon.
And now with one out, you now have that runner over at third base. And it looks like it will be confirmed that that will be credited as a hit and an error on behalf of Jack Cherno when he got over to second on the first play.
And now Mike Netzel steps up to the plate. Infield not playing in for the Dodgers. Interesting call.
The
even though
corners
it is
are
early in the game. A little bit at the corners. They're coming in now as the pitch finds its own for strike one to Netzel. He has reached base in both plate appearances tonight. Both walks. Came around to score in the first. He was stranded at second in the second inning. Here's the 0-1, and Netzel pops it up. Right side, foul territory. Going after it is Kyler Kent, and he will make the catch near the Flames dugout. Cherno tags, but puts on the brakes again. And there are two away here in the fourth inning.
Sounds like the Dodgers head coach Reed Brown had to make a yell over there from the dugout because as they were convening over down the first baseline to make that catch, no one was covering home plate, so he had to yell for the pitcher, Jack Henby, to cover in order for Jack Cherno not to tag up there.
Well, with A.J. DiFilippo at the plate and a pop-out in foul territory to the catcher, Colin Johnson, his last time up, the Dodgers were burned on it. That was the last time the Flames scored. Nobody was covering home plate, and it was Cherno again who scored on the first sacrifice pop-up I've seen as DiFilippo smashes one down the right field line. That ball is gone! Two-run home run for A.J. DiFilippo. His second of the year makes it 6-3 Onondaga.
Big hit there from A.J. DiFilippo. That one was roped down the right field line, just snuck over the short porch out there in right field. And looks like that just may have missed a car. It could have made contact, but it's not my car, and that's what matters.
Nowhere near your car behind us. So good for whoever was owning a car that was parked down the right field line, and good for the Flames especially. An answer to the Dodgers' three-run inning with at least two of their own. Hart squares up the bunt, pulls it back, but the pitch is on the outside corner. It's strike one. The count is 0-1. So DiFilippo now has driven in the last 3 runs for the Flames tonight. He is up to 13 RBIs on the year now, which ties him for the team lead with Brian Hart, who's at the plate now, and the 0-1 is a fastball this time, but on the outside corner once again. No balls and 2 strikes to the Flames' second baseman. Hart is 0 for 1. Reached on a walk in the first inning. Flied out to center in the second. As here's the 0-2 from Henby. Fastball line down the right field line. Going after it is the right fielder Fouth, but it drops foul. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes.
Are you sure it's not 14 RBIs for A.J. DiFilippo now? I believe he's driven in 4 tonight.
I have 13 on my... Rather, it is 14. Forgot about his RBI single in the first inning. He's driving in runs faster than I can count them.
A.J. DiFilippo, one of the big offensive machines.
0-2. Hart pops it up. Left side. It will get in foul territory. Third baseman Staker on it, and he makes the catch right at the foul line for the final out of the inning. But not before A.J. DiFilippo muscles up for a 2-run home run to put the Flames back, to extend the Flames lead to 3. Bottom of the fourth here at Maple City Park. Flames ahead of the Dodgers 6-3 after A.J. DiFilippo's second home run of the season. It is 5-6-7 in the Hornell order to lead off this bottom of the fourth inning. First man up is the center fielder Nate Thole against the Flames starter tonight, Gunnar Groen, in his fourth inning of work on the bump. Allowed 3 runs in the last inning. Was cruising in the first 2 innings. First one is in the dirt for ball 1. The count 1-0 to Nate Thole.
But we do know Gunnar Groen does have thick skin. Even if he gives up a few runs, he doesn't really let it phase him. So I think he should still be able to perform well over these next few innings that he pitches.
He retired the first 8 batters of the game. As here comes the 1-0 from Gunnar. Fastball right down Broadway. It's strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike, as that was pitch number 50 for Gunnar. So after retiring the first 8 batters, allowed 3 hits and a walk during a 2-out rally by the Dodgers that ended up scoring 3 runs in the last inning. As that one is chopped towards third. Good hop for DiFilippo. He guns it to first. It's in time for the first out of the fourth. That brings up Josh Lowry, not spelled, his last name not spelled like Jed Lowry. L-A-U-R-I-E. Lowry.
We had a nice conversation with the Hornell broadcaster about figuring out name pronunciations, and it's important to get those right. And he brought up Vince Scully, and I remember reading about there was a guy with the last name spelled S-J-A-J-A. And he couldn't figure it out, so he just went up and asked.
First one to Lowry is in there for a strike. What was the pronunciation, though? My guess would be Jaja.
I think
silent S.
I think it was Saija.
Saija.
Or Saya. One or the
Saya.
other. I can't remember which one.
Silent J's. How about that? 0-1 coming here to the left-handed batter, Lowry, and that's a bouncer, a 58-footer. Ball 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Josh Lowry. Another one of those players out of Alfred State College on this Hornell roster. Graduate of Leroy High School, native of Leroy, New York. Here's a 1-1 from Gunnar, and the fastball is grounded towards first base, but foul. And it bounced by Corbin Paxton down the line, but no harm, given that it was a foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lowry at Alfred State is majoring in sport management. Hit .237 this season, drove in 10. Played in 39 games. As here's the 1-2 from Gunnar. The fastball grounded off his right foot and down the first base line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lowry came out of the box hopping a little bit. Just trying to, rather than walk it off, hop it off. He takes a little practice swing out of the box, and we get to set to go once again. Count is 1-2, 1 out, nobody on base here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Flames ahead of the Dodgers, 6-3. Gunnar has the sign ready to deal the 1-2. Here it is. And the breaking ball is popped up, right side, shallow right field. Paxton, Hart, and Netzel going after it. It will be Hart that makes the catch. And there are 2 away here in the fourth.
That went a long at-bat, but able to get that second out. Groen seeming to be comfortable despite giving up those runs in the last inning.
And here's Tyler Marshall, the designated hitter, flat out to left. His first time up. Attends Amherst College, played in 9 games at Amherst this season, 2 of 9 at the plate. First one to him from Gunnar this time around is a fastball that misses for ball 1, the count 1-0. Marshall is the second leading hitter on the Dodgers team, but he's played only 5 games to this point, as the team has played in 13. Hitting .385 at the plate, 5 of 13 coming into this one. As here's the 1-0 from Gunnar. The fastball is right down Broadway for strike 1. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Of his 5 hits, none for extra bases for Marshall. But he's driven in 3 and he's drawn 2 walks. 1-1. Breaky ball, a beauty on the inside corner. It's strike 2. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Marshall. This next one here will be Gunner's 60th pitch on the night. And 3 2/3 innings of work to this point. Here's the 1-2. Zerat setting up on the outside corner. It's a little bouncer down the right side. Groen snags it and tosses to Corbin Paxton at the bag for the final out of the inning. Dodgers go down to 1-2-3, and the Flames get a shutdown inning as a result. It's 6-3 Onondaga after 4.
Top of the fifth inning here at Maple City Park. Flames still with a 6-3 lead. Brandon Ross alongside Eric Moon. Jake Surratt going to lead off here for the Onondaga Flames. After the Flames able to put up a 2-spot the last inning they hit after DiFilippo hit a deep shot out to right field. Jack Henby out, back on the mound for his 4th inning of work, and that first pitch is a fastball missing outside. Counts 1-0 to Surratt, who is 0 for 1 on the night. Ground out to short his last time up after walking back in the first. The 1-0 is chopped on the ground over to short. Broughton fields that one, fires over to first, and a quick and easy first down here for the Dodgers. As now to bat for the Flames, it's going to be Corbin Paxton. Paxton 1 for 2 on the night. Singled back in the first, flew out deep to center back in the third.
Batting the first baseman, number 8, Corbin Paxton.
Paxton, the lefty, against the righty Henby. The outfield shifting to the right here. And Broughton at short shifting closer to second base. As the first pitch is going to go oppo down the left field line. And it's going to land just foul out of the reach of Terrell out there in left field. And the count's going to be 0-1.
From what we've seen of Corbin Paxton so far this year, yes, he doesn't hit for the best average, but he hits at the right times. He gets hits at the right times. That's why he doesn't have that many hits, but he has just about as many RBIs as he has hits.
He also has 2 triples among those few hits that he has. A big tendency to hit a lot of gappers. The 0-1 from Henby. Fastball just catches the inside part of the plate. Paxton wanted that one called instead. Instead, he's behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
That's pitch number 50 from Henby. He's given up 3 runs on the night, but he has looked good on the mound for the Dodgers. He's been a nice breath of fresh air for them.
0-2, misses just inside.
And I say breath of fresh air because, as we talked about earlier in this game, they don't have that many active pitchers on the staff. Only 6. And Henby, he's not even listed as a pitcher on the roster. First appearance of the night, pretty good.
The 1-2 pitch misses high and outside. Count evened up at 2-2 on Paxton.
First appearance of the season, rather.
He didn't appear back in college either, and now a quick conference between the two umpires.
I think the field umpire saw something. I'm not sure what he saw, though.
We don't know what's happening right now.
Attention, please, with the car down the third baseline, please turn off your headlights.
Looks like there was just a car with the headlights on. I'm not sure that was entirely the deal. Dodgers manager Reed Brown out of the dugout. We're trying to figure out what exactly is going on that's causing the delay.
Oh, there's a truck that has headlights on that just moved out. Rather than turn off their headlights, just decided to move. The lights do blind the players a little bit, so that was definitely a good job of the umpires to delay the game, just to make sure that both teams have a fair advantage.
After the brief hiatus to deal with the car lights issue, 2-2 count here with one away to Corbin Paxton. Henby working from the windup, the 2-2. Is going to be grounded up the middle. Broughton fields that one, shoots it over to first, and an easy out number 2. 2 ground outs to short to start the inning for the Flames, and that brings up Nick Garcia with 2 away. Garcia 1 for 2 on the night. Singled his last time up, got stranded at first after Ruggiero flew out to center.
Nick Garcia.
Garcia, one of 2 pitchers initially listed as pitchers who have seen more time on the offensive side of the ball, the other one being Mike Netzel hitting third tonight. First pitch to Garcia is catching the inside corner, and the count's 0-1 here. Garcia crowding the batter's box just a little bit. Infield still shifted a little bit. Outfield shifted slightly to the right as well as the 0-1 misses outside. Counts evened up at a ball and a strike. Henby takes some time. As aside from the shift, regular depth from the rest of the defense as the lights start to come up as it's getting a little darker here as that one catches the inside part of the plate. And now Garcia behind in the count 1-2 with 2 away. Falth particular out there in right field playing very deep. Meanwhile, Terrell, normal positioning out in left, but playing very shallow. As the 1-2 catches the outside corner, strike 3. Nick Garcia's caught looking, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no one left on base at the end of 4.5 innings of play. The Flames lead the Hornell Dodgers 6-3 here at Maple City Park. Bottom of the fifth inning at Maple City Park. Flames still with a 6-3 lead after going down 1-2-3 in the top half. Sweet Caroline was playing over the speaker system, and the Flames bullpen was having a little dance party over there.
Well, they weren't. It didn't look like they were dancing to the music, just putting on their own moves, just doing whatever they want, We've seen that out of the Flames bullpen, especially with our post-game interviews. They just love it, having a good time at the baseball game.
And speaking of the pitching staff, Gunnar Groen out for his 5th inning of work, facing Matt Fouth to lead off the inning. The first pitch to Fouth is a fastball, just catches the outside corner, and counts 0-1. Interesting story with the bullpen tonight. There is actually no bench over there. They found 3 pieces of plywood behind the little shack over there, stacked them on top of each other, right by a couple posts that were about 15 feet apart. The 0-1 pitch line foul down the right field line. Count's going to be 0-2. That one actually finding its way into the Flames bullpen. So they're going to have some fun with it if they can. But they got a little creative. They stacked up their own bench, and now they're all sitting casually on that makeshift bench over there, enjoying themselves as they always do. Grown the 0-2. That one a curveball that gets out of his grip. No break on that one, hangs way high, and the count's 1-2. Fouth 0 for 1 on the evening. Was Gunnar Groen's 3rd strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning. The 1-2 to Fouth. Line fouled hard down the right field line over towards the football field across the street. That's going to stay at 1-2.
That got the fence right next to the track and the football field.
One-two from Groen. Fastball's grounded over to first, easy play for Corbin Paxton. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 1. Easy first out for the Onondaga Flames, and that brings up Matt Staker for his 2nd at-bat. Staker back in the 3rd single and came around to score.
The third baseman, number 13, Matt Staker.
He was the first of 3 runs to score on a single by Kyler Kent. First pitch from Groen is going to miss just a little high. Counts 1-0. Sun's starting to set a little bit here down in Hornell. Sky's starting to brighten up on the horizon as that pitch misses inside. Count 2-0. Sky's getting a little darker. Lights starting to blare up a little more. A good crowd here at Maple City Park tonight.
Good crowd here in the bleachers. More down the left and right field lines, too.
Down the right field line for a while. Don't know if he's still there. Former Major League player and coach John Sullivan. The 2-0 misses outside. Counts now 3-0. John Sullivan, a pitching coach on 2 of the Blue Jays World Series teams back in the 90s after his own Major League career that spanned with the Tigers and a couple other teams.
Retired just recently, too. Pair of World Series reigns for him with the Blue Jays in 92 and 93.
The 3-0 from Groen. Fastball just counts as the outside corner. And now instead of allowing the walk, Groen now has a 3-1 count on Matt Staker. Quick set back up here for Gunnar Groen. The 3-1 is lined into center field hard. Giving chase to that one is Cherno. He'll make the easy catch. And now 2 away here on the Dodgers. 2 up, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now Caleb Broughton out for his 3rd at-bat. Broughton a single and a strikeout to his name. DiFilippo playing in at 3rd base, anticipating a possible bunt for a hit here. First pitch from Grown, a breaking ball misses high. And the count's 1 ball, no strikes. DiFilippo still playing in. Grown set and delivers the 1-0. That one a dirt ball. Fastball just out of his grip, counts 2-0.
And it's a good job by Groen to collect his thoughts a little bit, try and get back in his rhythm, taking a walk off the mound right here after that pitch. He did that when he went down 2-0 in the last at-bat to Staker also.
Trying to maintain his composure here even though he's got 2 outs. Probably getting a little tired in his 5th inning of work. The 2-0. Fastball, another dirt ball. And Grown now behind in the count 3-0. In danger of walking a runner on with 2 away. Zarat sets up on the outside part of the plate. Gives the sign. Grown deals the 3-0. Fastball catches the outside edge. Now 3 balls and a strike. It's the 3rd time through the order here for the Hornell Dodgers. The 3-1's chopped foul down the third base line, so Grown works his way back into the count. Now full at 3-2.
Well, the third base coach and head coach Reed Brown didn't bring his silky mitts tonight. Decided to try the one hand to the right side, pretended like he got the ball, just threw it down to first base.
I'm absolutely convinced you're just saying silky mitts to get in my head.
A little bit. Haven't thought of anything better yet. I'll call you when I do.
Grown deals the payoff. That one, a breaking ball, misses outside for ball 4. And so now Broughton stands on first base with 2 men out. So a 2-out runner here for the Dodgers as Keegan Terrell up to bat now for the Dodgers. 0 for 1 on the evening. Struck out back in the first and then walked coming around to score in inning number 3.
Casey Kretsch getting up in the Onondaga bullpen now as Groen's pitch count is getting a little bit up there. This will be number 77 right here.
The 77th pitch misses a little high. Grown behind in the count 1-0. Keegan Terrell, one of the better hitters for average, hitting above 400 on the season. Heading into tonight, he lines that one down the right field line, but well foul. Over towards the fans down the right field line, close to the Flames bullpen. Count's going to be knotted up at a ball and a strike.
Gunnar can't let the 2-out rally get in his head, rather the possibility of it, because every Dodger base runner has reached base with 2 outs on the board. None with no outs, none with only 1 out. All of them with 2 outs.
Pickup attempt over at first, but nothing doing.
And that's how the Dodgers scored their 3 runs in the 3rd inning to get on the scoreboard.
One count here on Keegan Terrell. And Grown deals, runner goes. That one's going to get chopped over to third base. DiFilippo can't get a handle on it, and that'll get through for a base hit. A throwback into second goes wild. Goes off the glove of Brian Hart. Thankfully, it's corralled by Corbin Paxton. A weird series of events there. But in the end, it's just an easy single for Keegan Terrell. And now runners on first and second with 2 men out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Robert Andrews making a trip to the mound to talk to Gunnar in the infield, and this is exactly what I was talking about, just trying to get out of the inning. A few times we have seen in this game, Gunnar, he's gotten the first 2 batters in every inning to this point. It's getting that 3rd batter that's proving to be the hardest.
Andrews having a quick conversation. If Grown finishes out this inning, he will be eligible for the win. God, if he had to pitch the rest of the season.
That's almost 30 games. You don't want to wear... Come on now.
Only a little sense of humor. They're going to leave Gunnar Grown out. Casey Kretsch still warming up in the bullpen. Finishes the inning. He's eligible for the win. Cannot be charged with the loss.
Now batting the first base.
Kyler Kent up to bat now.
Kyler Kent.
Grown hasn't been able to get him out yet. Kent has reached on a pair of singles so far. Kent drove in all 3 runs for the Dodgers back in the 3rd inning, clearing the bases on a single.
Only 2 counted as RBIs. Continues to lead the team with 18 now.
Breaking ball misses inside, and early on, Grown behind in the count, 1-0.
He is the big hitter for the Dodgers. Now 18 RBIs. That's the team's 14th game. He's driving in at least 1 run per game.
Kent also with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run to his name. Grown deals the 1-0. That one's going to be lined right back up the middle. A leaping grab by Mike Ruggiero. Ruggiero showing up his vertical leap, and that retires the side, avoiding a possible run. So at the end of 5 innings of play, the Flames still have a 6-3 lead. Top of the 6th inning here at Maple City Park. Mike Ruggiero up to bat now, as he was able to make the leaping catch to end the bottom half of the last inning. He was shifted well over to the right side as Kyler Kent, a lefty, was up to bat. He hit it right up the middle. Ruggiero with the leaping grab. The first pitch to him catches the outside corner for strike 1. Ruggiero up for his 3rd at-bat of the night. Ground to a fielder's choice the first time, threw out to center the second time, and now he's behind in the count 0-2. Jack Henby still out on the mound for the Dodgers, as the 0-2 misses just outside. Count's going to be a ball and 2 strikes. Henby replaced the starter Trey Neighbors in the 1st inning, out for his 5th inning of work. The 1-2 here to Ruggiero is fouled down the right field line. He's going to stay alive there, working a quality at bat against Jack Henby. Henby, a position player on the mound, certainly not used to being out there. The pitch count's got to be wearing on him. Henby working from the windup. The 1-2. Fastball way high and inside. Ruggiero had to duck his head to get out of the way of that one. And now the count evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ruggiero crowding the plate a bit here. The 2-2. Line foul down the right field line, waiting for his pitch here as he almost hits his teammates in their own bullpen. So 2-2 account here to Mike Ruggiero. No one out in the top of inning number 6. Flames still holding a 6-3 lead. The 2-2 from Hemby is going to be chopped foul down the third baseline. 3 fouls in a row for Mike Ruggiero. Some solid hands over there by head coach Mike Cordero manning third base. Eric would have certainly wanted me to say silky mitts, but I will not give him the pleasure. The 2-2. Breaking ball misses inside. Doesn't quite break over the plate the way Hemby wanted it to. It's the first time we've seen a curveball type pitch from him on the mound tonight. And now the count's full at 3-2. The payoff to Ruggiero, the 10th pitcher of the at-bat, is a curveball behind him for ball 4. So Ruggiero takes his walk over to first base, and now a runner on with no one out for the Flames. That brings up the top of the order. Jack Chernow up to bat now. Chernow half the way to the cycle here. Walked back in the first inning, a double and a single to his credit as well. Every time he's gone on base, he's come around to score. And now Ruggiero, the shortstop, with a growing lead off of first. Ruggiero goes, ball misses high. The throw down gets away from Broughton, but not far enough away for Ruggiero to consider taking another bag. A stolen base for Mike Ruggiero, his first of the game. And now a runner in scoring position with nobody away in the top of the 6th for the Flames. It's also Ruggiero's first stolen base of the year. Certainly the hamstring's feeling just fine after that week and a half rehab process. Chernow, the lefty against the righty, Hemby. Big lead from Ruggiero. That one's lined out into center field. Getting under that one's going to be Thole. He'll make the catch. Ruggiero tags for third. The throw from center is cut off. He's going to get in, not ahead of the tag. Looked like he beat the throw, but the tag got down in time, and Ruggiero's gunned down trying to take third. So a fly out to center. A stellar cutoff at short by Caleb Broughton. Able to get Ruggiero at third before he's able to get in there. And went from nobody out and a runner on second to bases empty and 2 away, just like that. It'll be a quick mound conference. And now with 2 away, nobody on, Adam Gordon up for his 4th plate appearance. Gordon, the exact opposite of Chernow before that last at-bat, hasn't gotten on base yet. A fly out to his name, a swinging strikeout, and a ground out over to shortstop. And for the bottom half of the inning, Casey Kretsch still warming up in the bullpen for the Flames. Still the only one up in the pen. Nobody else getting ready. Nevertheless, Gunnar Groen may still come out for a number 6. We don't know yet. And Coach Cordero has been getting into a lengthy argument over the call out at third base. Cordero's certain that Ruggiero got in ahead of the tag, but the argument's going to die. Cordero walks back over the third, and play is going to resume here at Maple City Park. Top of the 6th inning, 2 away. Flames with a 6-3 lead. It's a beautiful sunset out there. Sky's glowing a nice bright red as the sun sets over the horizon. Clouds start to darken. Lights get brighter here at the stadium. And finally, Adam Gordon going to step into the box after a brief conversation with the home plate umpire. Outfield shifted slightly to the right. The left fielder Terrell in his normal position, but Thole shifted slightly to his right out there in center field. First pitch to Gordon is a fastball near his feet. Dances out of the way of that one, and the count's 1-0. So far, when Henby's had that second out, he's been able to be relatively successful, the lone exception being the 2-run home run by DiFilippo in the fourth, as that one is check swing, but it catches the bat and rolls foul down the third baseline. So now on Gordon intended, but he makes contact, and now it's 1-1. Minor shift from the infielder here as well. Broughton still on the short side of second base, but shifted slightly over to the right as that breaking ball hits Gordon on the back leg. And he'll walk over to first. A 2-route base runner here for the Flames, as that brings up Mike Netzel.
Now batting the right fielder, number 9, Michael Netzel.
Netzel 0 for 1 on the night, 2 walks and a pop out over to first. Netzel, usually a clutch hitter, had runners in scoring position there. But he popped out to first in what could have been a run home if it was hitting far enough into the outfield. First pitch to Netzel is a fastball inside, and he's ahead of the count 1-0. Gordon leading off of first base, always a threat to steal. Gordon currently listed with 2 stolen bases on the season, but he's certainly more aggressive on the base path than that show. A very early steal there, not even a throw from the catcher Colin Johnson. That pitch misses inside, so a 2-0 count, and Gordon with another stolen base. Gordon got such a good jump there. He was going before Henby even started his windup. And now 2 away and a runner in scoring position for the Flames. 2-0 count here to Netzel. The pitch is going to be a breaking ball, catches the inside half of the plate. And now 2-1 count. Broughton and Lowry, the middle infield, aggressively guarding Adam Gordon over there on second base. Trying hard to keep him close over there. The 2-1. Fastball just catches the inside corner. Netzel really wanted that one to be a ball, but instead counts evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2, 2 away, 6-3. The Flames lead in the top of the 6th inning. Jack Henby trying to finish his 5th inning of work. The 2-2 is lined foul down the third baseline. Well into foul territory over towards the fans. Count stays at 2-2. Netzel, a hitter known for an aggressive approach. It's worked for him this season. Highest average on the team. Trying to see if he can get a hit here, bring home another run. The 2-2. Just misses outside. The fastball can't quite catch the zone. It's now full at 3-2. There's no force out as Gordon's on second, but no one sits on first. Gordon with a mild lead over at second. Lowry playing close. Henby steps off and Gordon retreats back to the bag, but nothing's doing. And he'll step back out to the mound, working from the stretch. Lowry guarding close. Goes back to regular position. The 3-2 misses for ball 4. Henby unable to control the payoff pitch. And now runners on first and second for A.J. DiFilippo. And last time he was up, he hit a deep shot down the right field line for his 2nd home run of the year. Now 2 runners on here for DiFilippo, who now has 14 runs batted in on the year. Chance to add to that total here. Lefty, but defense positioned in about regular position. Center field slightly shifted over to the right. First pitch catches the inside part of the plate. And DiFilippo behind in the count 0-1. Otherwise in the infield, not much movement. You could say the middle infield shifted slightly to the right. Broughton moved slightly closer to second base. Lowry slightly farther away. That pitch misses, actually catches the inside corner. And now an 0-2 count here to DiFilippo. 2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes. Henby the 0-2. Misses inside. DiFilippo able to get out of the way of that one as Gordon advances to third. On the pitch that was tough for Johnson to control behind the plate. He goes out to talk with Henby as now runners on first and third with 2 away. So now another runner standing at the gate 90 feet away from scoring. And a big increased chance for an RBI here for A.J. DiFilippo. Also perfect on the day in terms of the box score. 2 for 2. A single, a home run, and possibly the weirdest situation ever, a sac fly pop out to the catcher. The 1-2's cut on and missed. DiFilippo gave chase on the fastball out of the zone, and that will retire the side without any more damage. No runs, no hits, 2 men left on base at the end of 5.5 innings of play. The Flames lead 6-3 here at Maple City Park. Bottom of the 6th inning here in Hornell at Maple City Park. Flames still with a 6-3 lead. Gunnar Groen back on the mound for his 6th inning of work. Pitch count running up there. Casey Kretsch was warming up in the bullpen last inning. He's still tossing around out there. So it's likely that if Groen gets into any sort of trouble, there will be a quick trigger here, and Groen will likely get taken out in favor of Kretsch. But the heart of the order leading off for Hornell, 4-5-6, starting with Colin Johnson, the catcher. 0 for 2 on the night. Ground outs to the pitcher, hand over to third. First pitch from Groen. Fastball misses high. Count 1-0. The sun's starting to creep away out of the horizon, get behind the mountains out there. Out here in western New York, the mountains much more of a presence. The 1-0. Lined into shallow right field. Corbin Paxton tries to make the basket catch, but it gets past him. And a quick bloop single here for Colin Johnson to start the inning. And with a run on first and no away, that brings up Nate Thole. Thole also 0 for 2. A pop out over to third and a ground out over to third.
Now batting the center fielder, number 11, Nate Thole.
Johnson begins taking a short lead off of first base. 2 for 3 on stolen bases so far this year. First pitch from Grown is chopped on the ground towards third. Could be two. DiFilippo to Hart for one. Over to first. Not in time. So Thole reaches on the fielder's choice, but the Flames able to get an out on that play. So 1-on-1 away, and that brings up the second baseman, Josh Lowry. Lowry caps off the lack of success for the middle hard of the plate this evening. 0 for 2 as well. Fly out to center, and a pop-up over to second marks his night at the plate. Grown looks over to first. The first pitch misses high and outside. Count 1-0. Thole, the biggest threat to steal of anybody on this Dodgers team. 9 for 11 on stolen base attempts so far this season. Thole, a very short lead off of first base. No go. The pitch is going to be fouled back. Counts even up at a ball and a strike.
That's Connors and Barris, 57.
Lowry yet to find a groove this season, showing it again tonight with his 0 for 2 start at the plate. The 1-1. Fastball misses high and outside. Now a 2-1 count here to Lowry. Grown behind the count yet again. And he takes a quick second to corral himself off the mound. Wipe off the sweat, step back on. It's worked for him a few times tonight. Just taking a second to collect himself, get back on there, and get the out. Normal infield positioning, Paxton guarding first base. That pitch is going to be driven down the right field line and deep, but Netzel able to corral that one for out number 2. So Lowry hit a screamer down the right field line. Netzel able to get that one. And now 2 away and a runner on for Tyler Marshall, the DH.
Now batting the designated hitter number 2, Tyler Marshall.
Marshall also 0 for 2 so far tonight. A fly out to left and a ground out back to the mound. On that one, it was a hard grounder. Grown barely able to snag that one. Thole steals second as that one's outside and gets away from Zarat behind the plate. Thole had a great jump, so he likely would have been safe anyway, but that one gets past Zarat, barely even touches his glove before going all the way to the backstop. So now the Dodgers with a runner on second base in scoring position with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Grown looks back. The 1-0. Thole goes for third. The throw down. Gets away from DiFilippo at the bag. Ball got out of his glove as he was making the tag, so now back-to-back stolen bases here for Nate Thole. His total up to 11 now on the year. And now with the runner on third, a 2-0 count here to Tyler Marshall. And Grown now has to worry about the run that would cut the lead down by another run, only 90 feet away. Grown still does have a 3-run cushion, though. 6-3 to Flames lead in the bottom of the 6th. And 2 away, a 1-1 count to Marshall. Grown looks over to third, the pitch. That one a breaking ball, just misses high. And now 3 balls and a strike here on Tyler Marshall. Grown for far too many times in the last few innings for his liking, behind in the count. The 3-1, grounded foul down the first base line, over towards the Flames bullpen, and the count's going to be full at 3-2. Grown takes a second, wipes his brow, gets the sweat off of there. Marshall back in the box. Full count, 2 away. Bottom of the 6th inning, 6-3, the Flames lead. The payoff is line foul down the right field line again. So Marshall stays alive here, a quality at bat for the Dodgers' designated hitter. Marshall really trying to keep his hitting performance up, hitting close to 400 so far on the year, but unsuccessful at the plate so far tonight. A hit here would keep him going at about pace for the season. The payoff gets away, ball 4, and it gets away from Zarab behind the plate. And another wild pitch from Gunnar Groen, and Nate Thole comes around to score. And pardon my mistake, it was a 2-2 count on Marshall, and now the count's full. So now a 6-4 ball game. Bases empty for Gunnar Groen with 2 away. And now it's officially a full count. Groen deals the payoff. Fastball misses outside for ball 4. So Groen can't get out of the inning even without the threat of the runner in scoring position. And now another runner on base with 2 away, and that brings up Matt Fouth. Fouth also unsuccessful so far today. 0 for 2, a ground out to first, and a strikeout back in the third. Fouth, the last strikeout victim for Gunnar Groen so far in this game. Marshall leads off first base. First pitch is a fastball way high and outside. Zarab able to get a handle on that. It counts 1-0. Marshall leads off first. 1-0 count here, 2 away. Flames with a 6-4 lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-0's cut on him, missed. Fouth ahead of the fastball, and the count's knotted up at a ball and a strike. Groen gets set from the stretch. Pickoff move over at first, nothing doing. Marshall able to get back there easily. Groen just wants to get out of this inning without any more damage, maintaining a 2-run lead here for the Flames. The 1-1's lined foul down the right field line. So now Fouth behind in the count 1-2. Time's call on the field. Gunnar Groen trying to corral his emotions here. He's given up another run in this contest, trying to escape the inning without more damage. 1-2 count here on Matt Fouth. Groen with a pickoff attempt over at first, and he gets him. Marshall gets caught trying to dive back to first base on the pickoff attempt, and Groen able to get out of the inning without allowing any more damage. Heading into the top of the 7th inning, the Flames still have a 6-4 lead here at Maple City Park.
Back for the top of the 7th here on Team Line. Flames lead the Dodgers 6-3. Eric Moon, Brandon Ross with you tonight. Morgan Chapman is on assignment. As here is Brian Hart to lead things off against a new pitcher for the Dodgers. His name is Brody Burdette. And like Jack Henby, he has no pitching stats. First appearance of the year on the mound for him. And he begins against Brian Hart with a strike. 0-1 the count. For Jack Henby tonight, he pitched 5 innings. Allowed 3 runs, all earned. 4 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. As the fastball's up and in on Hart for ball 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Hart is 0 for 2 tonight, reached on a walk in the first inning, flat out to center, also popped out to third. Here's a 1-1 from the righty Burdette, and the off-speed finds the inside corner for strike 2. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Hart. Burdette, another Alfred State College player on this Dodgers team from North Hornell, New York. Graduate of Horizon High School, and at Alfred State he is majoring in accounting. Played in 38 games this year as a hitter. Breaky ball gets Hart looking on the inside corner, and Burdette's a pretty good pitcher too. 1 away.
Interesting trend here for the Dodgers so far. Back-to-back position players on the mound. To be very effective.
You got to do what you got to do to try and win ball games and keep your pitching staff fresh, especially when you have only 6 active pitchers on the roster. Here's Jake Surratt with Cotton, and there are 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Once again, Surratt's popped it up right side. It's landed between the second baseman Laurie and Foth. Foth picked it up as Surratt base, and the tag from Broughton was in time for the out. Corbin Paxton now steps up to the plate after a single and a 9-6 put out, as head down to the mound to talk to the pitcher Burdette is Johnson now. Corbin Paxton is the hitter with 2 outs and nobody on. Is 1 for 3 on the night with an RBI single in the first inning. As the 0-1 misses the zone. It's ball 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike to the Flames first baseman.
We apologize for any technical difficulties we may have been experiencing. You may have had some cutouts in audio. We had some problems with the extension cord we were using, but that's been taken care of.
1-1 low and in on Paxton. Almost got his front leg, but it was just a bouncer that was snagged by Johnson. Ball 2. The count 2 balls and 1 strike. Paxton's RBI single in the first inning was his 5th RBI of the season. Here's a 2-1. Fastball stays high for ball 3. He's in a good hitter's count now at 3 balls and 1 strike. Still a safe situation for the Flames. No, as it is 6-4, the Flames lead the Dodgers. Before the Dodger run in the last half inning, nobody scored since the 4th. As Paxton lines one towards short, it is caught on a leap by Broughton for the final out of the 7th. Flames go down, not quite 1-2-3, but after the hit by Surratt, he was gunned down in second, and the Flames go into the bottom of the 7th, up 6-4 on the Dodgers. 8-9-1 in the Dodger order in the bottom of the 7th inning. They face a new pitcher for the Flames, Casey Kretsch, out of Lemoyne College on the mound for his 5th appearance of the year. So far, he's pitched 4 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned. He's allowed a walk, struck out 3. Good numbers for him so far on the year. He faces Matt Foth, the right fielder, to begin things, as Kretsch relieves Gunnar Groen on the bump. First one from Kretsch is a fastball in the outside corner. It's strike 1, the count 0-1. Gunnar on the night pitched 6 innings. It's the 3rd straight start. He has gone at least 6 innings, as here is the 0-1. Offering that was Foth. The field umpire said he did go on the pitch low and away. So Foth takes the bait, and the count's quickly 0-2. Gunnar allowed 4 runs, all earned, 6 hits, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Here's the 0-2 from Kretsch, and the fastball's just a little up. Ball 1, the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. This was the exact count with Foth at the plate when Tyler Marshall was picked off at first base to end the bottom of the 6th inning. As here's the 1-2 from Kretsch, a ground ball hard towards short, past the dive in Ruggiero and into left field for a base hit. Tying run now comes to the plate for the Dodgers, with nobody out to begin the top of the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th inning, rather.
This is definitely not the start Kretsch was looking for here. He definitely was hoping to get these runners out quick.
He was up in the at-bats, and unfortunately could not retire the Dodger at the plate. Here is Matt Staker, the 3rd baseman. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Right-handed batter facing the right-handed pitching Kretsch with a runner on first and nobody out. 6-4 Flames here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch is blown away for ball 1. Staker squared up the bunt but pulled it back after he saw where the pitch was going. 1-0 the count. Staker 1 for 2. Squares up the bunt and pops it up just a little bit down the right side. It's a foul ball for strike 1. The count is 1-1.
DiFilippo anticipating that. You saw him creeping in over at 3rd base.
And that might have gotten in Staker's head a little bit. Maybe the reason why he fouled it to the right side. Maybe because Paxton, the first baseman, was covering the first base bag for a potential pickoff. And he saw that hole on the right side.
Well, in this situation, that should be the goal, to do it down the right side.
1-1, no bunt, ground ball. Get to Ruggiero. The throw to first is in time on the hit and run. On to second is Foth, and there's one away. Both Ruggiero and Hart were going to cover the second base bag. The ground ball was tailor-made to short. Ruggiero had to hop back to his right to make the snag. He did, and that resulted in the first out as Zurot makes a visit to the mound to talk to Casey Kretsch for just a second here. Runner on second, 1 away. Back to the top of the order for Hornell. It is Caleb Broughton, the shortstop. And one thing to know about this Dodgers team, yes, they don't have that many pitchers on the roster. Yes, they're 5-8 on the year, but keep in mind, they are the defending champions of the NYCBL. They can wake up at any moment. First one to Broughton from Kretsch is on the outside corner. It's strike 1. The count is 0-1. It'll be a tough road for the Dodgers to come back from where they are in the division. They're in the back of the pack with the Niagara Power. Western Division with some teams with better records than the East. As the 0-1 is chopped towards third. High bouncer for DiFilippo. Ticks off his glove and by him for an E5. Staying at second base, however, is Foth, as the ground ball was to the left side of the infield. And on first base on the error is Caleb Broughton.
That's an error you can't afford to make here. Now you have 2 runners that if they both came around to score, this game would be tied. You can't afford that this late in the ball game when you've been riding a lead all night long.
And with Keegan Terrell at the plate, the infield comes in, as well as Jake Zurot to the mound to talk with Casey Kretsch. A little situational discussion here. Runners on first and second and 1 away. The Flames ahead 6-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. One benefit, though, to the runner reaching on an error is that the ground ball double play is possible here to get out of the inning. But obviously not an easy task with any batter, especially the Dodgers' leading hitter at the plate, Keegan Terrell.
Keegan Terrell.
Tonight he's 1 for 2. He has scored a run. Last at bat was his only hit so far, a single in the 5th. First one to him from Kretsch is a fastball outside. It's ball 1. The count is 1-0. On second base is Matt Foth. At first base, Caleb Broughton. Here's a 1-0 from Kretsch, and the breaking ball is low for ball 2. Try to get him to chase with the junk, but Terrell, though he offered initially at it, decided not to swing at the bait. 2-0 the count as Terrell takes a few seconds out of the box after Brian Hart came to the mound to talk to Casey Kretsch for just a second. A few words of encouragement from the Flames second baseman.
Kretsch's goal here has just got to be getting out of this inning without allowing either of those runners on base to score.
2-0. Fastball hit in the air. High fly ball for Gordon in left field. He makes the catch. The runner at second, Foth tagged, but did not make, only took about a step off the second base bag. Runners hold, 2 away. Tying run still on for the Dodgers. Go-ahead run at the plate, and another big threat to try and sneak by if you're the Flames. Kyler Kent, the first baseman, at the plate. 2 for 3 night for him. He's driven in 2 of the 4 runs for the Dodgers. As a matter of fact, he's the only player with an RBI tonight, at least, as the other 2 runs came in on an error and a wild pitch. First one to the left-handed batter is popped up in the infield, left side. DiFilippo under it. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Casey Kretsch gets in a jam, but gets out of it without allowing a run. And we're on to the 8th inning. The Flames are ahead 6-4. Back to Maple City Park for the 8th inning of play between the Flames and the Dodgers. Tonight, a close one as Onondaga leads Hornell, 6-4. Baltimore Dodgers are in the Cal Ripken League, all the way south in the D.C. area. Rough start in this inning for me, but we'll see how the Flames do as Jared Groskuth leads things off. Groskuth is pinch hitting for Nick Garcia, the designated hitter. First one to the right-handed batter is way high for ball 1. The count is 1-0 against Brody Burdette. On for his second inning of work out of the pen tonight. He is the third pitcher for Hornell. As here's the 1-0. A fastball is on the outside corner. It's strike 1. The count evens up at a ball and a strike. Grosguth on the year is 7 of 31 at the plate. Of his 7 hits, 3 have gone for extra bases, including a long home run last week as the pitch catches the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Grosguth. Also a pair of doubles for him on the year. He has scored 4 runs. 1-2, chopped foul behind home plate. And the count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Due at bat after Grosguth is Mike Ruggiero, the shortstop, and then Jack Cherno at the top of the order, the center fielder. So the Flames will get their 5th turn in the order this inning. As the 1-2 breaking ball is way high. Grosguth was ducking. As ball 2, the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Grosguth's average right at .226 through 12 games on the year. As the 2-2 gets him looking on the inside corner. A beautiful breaking ball from Burdette, similar to the one that struck out Brian Hart looking his last time up. And that is the first out of the 8th inning. That brings up Mike Ruggiero, the shortstop. Ruggiero on the night is 0 for 2. Fielder's choice in the first inning, flied out to center in the 3rd. Reached on a walk in the 6th inning. Stole a bag, but he was gunned down trying to reach third base as the pitch is outside. Trying to reach third base on a fly out. On a fly ball out from Jack Cherno. A call that was disputed by Mike Cordero for a couple minutes as the 1-0 pitch is well up on Ruggiero, forced him to duck 2. 2 balls and 2 balls and no strikes rather. Ruggiero the righty against Burdette the righty, and the 2-0 fastball stays up for ball 3. The count 3 balls and no strikes. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night as the Flames host the Wellsville Nitros. As 3-0 fastballs outside for ball 4. And Ruggiero reaches base on a 1-out walk. That's his 2nd walk in a row at the plate tonight. And that brings up Jack Cherno at the top of the order. So the Flames tomorrow night will face the Wellsville Nitros at home. The Nitros leading the league by 3 games with an 11-3 record coming into this game. However, it's 11-4 now. They lost another game today. Lost to these Hornell Dodgers last night as the fastball's up and away to Cherno for ball 1. The count is 1-0. So the Nitros will come into Onondaga Community College tomorrow night in, I guess, a bit of a slump. They have lost 2 of their 4 games on the year in the last 2 nights as the 1-0 is in for a strike. Throw it out to second is not in time to get Ruggiero, who had second base stolen right off the hop. 1-1 the count to Cherno with a runner in scoring position now and 1 away. Flames will have another off day on Thursday before meeting the Sherrill Silversmiths for the first time this year on Friday rather than yesterday due to the rainout. The game on Friday, however, originally scheduled, that will take place at Onondaga Community College. Burdette fakes the deal to the plate as he was looking to try and get Ruggiero back to the bag. He did. And then 2 road games for the Flames after that. Against the Syracuse Spartans on Saturday, a 5:15 start. Then the Saltcats at OCC on Sunday with a 5 o'clock start. Pitches on the outside corner to Cherno for strike 2, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Starting Friday, the Flames will have games will play a game every day, barring rainouts, until next Thursday. And Wednesday, we will not have a broadcast for this game, but the Flames will make a trip to Cooperstown as the home team to take on the Rome Generals for the first time this season. And then 2 nights later, Flames and Generals in Rome. 1-2 to Cherno. Fastball is up and away. It's ball 2. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, Brandon Ross will be on assignment, and Morgan Chapman will join me in the booth. And Friday night it'll be Brandon and I once again for the Silversmiths and the Flames. Again, tomorrow night is a 7 o'clock start. Same thing on Friday. 2-2. Cherno fouls it back to the netting. And that's what the count remains. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cherno on the night is 2 for 3, having another good night at the plate. He has been quite the hitter for the Flames since on June 8th. Seems like every night he's getting at least 2 hits at the plate. 2-2. Breaky ball just misses the outside corner. And the count runs full now to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cherno reached on a walk and scored a run in the first inning. In the second inning, doubled to right center field and scored again. In the fourth inning, he scored again after reaching on a single and an error. As the payoff is up and away for ball 4. And Cherno's on with 1 away. Runners now at first and second for Onondaga as Adam Gordon steps up to the plate. Gordon on the night is 0 for 3. But he did reach base on a hit batsman his last time up in the 6th inning. Other than that, for Gordon tonight, flat out to left, struck out swinging, grounded out to short. And a big chance here to extend the lead for the Flames. Ruggiero went back to the second base bag quickly. That forced small stoppage for a moment. Burdett has the sign ready to deal. The first one to Gordon, and the fastball's way high. Ball 1, the count 1-0. Brody up to 27 pitches now through an inning and a third on the bump for the Hornell Dodgers. 1-0 is the count to Gordon, and the breaking ball rather is swung on missed. Strike 1, the count evens up at a ball and a strike. As for Hornell, the Dodgers make a trip back east tomorrow night when they face, well, rather, the Spartans make the trip here to Hornell to take on these Dodgers once again. Only meeting between the Spartans and the Dodgers this season as the 1-1 catches the inside corner to Gordon. 1 ball and 2 strikes account. For the Dodgers, this is their third of 6 meetings against an Eastern Division foe tonight. Their first 2 against the Cortland Crush and the Syracuse Saltcats. As the pitch is in the dirt, Ruggiero thought about trying to steal third base, but the throw went up the third base line. The pitch, rather. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In those first 2 games against the Eastern Division, as Colin Johnson goes out to the mound to talk to Burdett, the Dodgers beat the Cortland Crush 6-5. That was their first win of the year when they went to Cortland on June the 6th. And then on June 15th, this was last Friday, they went up to OCC to face the Saltcats. Lost 8-0. So they're 1-1 against the Eastern Division. And the Flames hope to make them 1-2. Of course, the Spartans tomorrow night, and then June 26th and 27th, the Dodgers play the Rome Generals and the Sherrill Silversmiths. Here's 2-2 from Burdett, and it gets Gordon looking on the inside corner. A fastball that freezes Gordon at the plate, and that's out number 2 here in the top half of the 8th inning. Runner still at first and second for Mike Netzel. Netzel has only put a ball in play once tonight, hasn't put one in play in fair territory. But he is overall 0 for 1 at the plate with a pop out to the first baseman Kyler Kent in foul territory. Other than that, he's been solid at the plate without even hitting the baseball. As the pitch is outside for ball 1, the count 1-0. the hit batsman. Bases are loaded with 2 away after Netzel gets hit by a pitch. And the bases are loaded for A.J. DiFilippo, who, if you're the Dodgers, you don't want this guy batting with the bases loaded tonight. DiFilippo is 2 for 3. RBI single in the first inning. RBI stack pop-up his second time up, which is something at least I've never seen before. And then in the fourth inning, a 2-run home run down the right field line. That just made it over the right field fence, the 305 sign. First one to DiFilippo is up and in. A fastball is ball 1. The count is 1-0. As Burnett is right around 20 pitches in the inning. He's there already or getting there. Here's a 1-0. Fastball grounded hard at Kent. He slides to make the stop from his behind. He throws to the bag, and getting to the bag first is the pitcher, Brody Burnett, for the out. Great play by Kent and Burnett to get the Dodgers out of the jam without giving up a run. We're on to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Flames still lead Hornell 6-4. Welcome back for the bottom of the 8th inning between the Flames and the Dodgers at Maple City Park in Hornell, New York, on the grounds of Hornell High School. Casey Critch back to the bump for his second inning of work in his relief appearance tonight. He is only the second pitcher to appear in the game for the Flames. He faces 4, 5, and 6 in the Dodger order in the bottom of the 8th inning. First man up is the catcher, Colin Johnson. Johnson on the night is 1 for 3. Entered the game through 8 games with a .286 batting average. First one from the righty Critch in the 8th inning is popped up really high. Foul territory, DiFilippo and Ruggiero going after. DiFilippo makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. That brings up the center fielder, Nate Thole, for Hornell. Thole entered the game with a .286 batting average as well, but that came in 11 games. Entered the game 10 of 35 of the year. Now he's 10 of 38. 0 for 3 on the night. The first pitch fastball misses for ball 1. The count is 1-0. However, his last time up, Thole reached on a fielder's choice. As here's the 1-0 from Critch. The fastball's on the inside corner. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. So Thole reached on a fielder's choice. He stole second base. He stole third base and scored on a wild pitch. 1-1. Breaking ball is in the dirt for ball 2. The count 2-1 after Thole squared up the bunt, but he wisely decided to pull it back. For Thole, those stolen bases added to his team leading total. He's up to 11 on the year. That ball's hit in the air to left center field. Cherno and Gordon after. Cherno makes the catch. And that's the second out of the 8th inning. Now up at the plate is the second baseman, Josh Laurie. 0 for 3 on the night. The left-handed batter. He has a pair of flyouts and a pop-out. Fly out to center in the second, a pop out to second in the fourth, and a fly out to right in the 6th. First one to him is a fastball well outside. Ball 1, the count 1-0. And from the looks of it, Keon Taylor is just starting to throw a little bit right next to the Flames' pen. As the pitch is low for ball 2, the count 2-0. Just starting to get up and moving, it seems. Tossing with Reed Gibbs in the Flames' pen right now as the pitch is high for ball 3 to Laurie. 3 balls and no strikes. We'll see if Keon comes in the 9th inning. You expect Keon or Nick Garcia when the Flames are in a save situation. Both of them have the team saves. 3-0 from Kretsch. Pitch is way high for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Laurie, and the Dodgers get a base runner with 2 away. The batter is now the designated hitter, Tyler Marshall. Rather, we will see a pinch hitter here. We'll wait to see the number.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Dodgers. From the University of Massachusetts at Lowell, number 16,
Ted Leathersich, the pinch hitter for the Dodgers for Tyler Marshall. Leathersich out of UMass Lowell, graduate of Beverly High School. He was a 3-sport athlete in high school. As the right-handed batter steps in with 2 outs and a runner on first, he represents the tying run. And the first one from Kretsch is a breaky ball that's low for ball 1. Count is 1-0 to the Dodger pinch hitter. Leathersich on the year. This is his 12th game now, batting .375 at the plate. As the 1-0 fastball is fouled off the mask of Zurat. He's okay. He comes up okay. Count evens up at a ball and a strike. Leathersich, 15 of 40 at the plate on the year. Of his 15 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, 4 home runs. And he's second on the team in RBIs with 12. He's also scored 13 times. As the right-handed batter steps back in against Casey Kretsch. 1-1 the count. Here it is, and the breaky ball is a beauty on the lower third. It's strike 2. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Leathersich. As we mentioned, 3-sport athlete in high school, golf, baseball, and hockey. He was all conference twice in baseball and hockey. And also a team captain on the baseball team. 1-2, runner goes, and Leathersich pops it up, right side. Paxton and Netzel going after it. It's near the foul line. Paxton didn't see it. He lost it in the lights, then it drops foul to his left. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the Dodgers catch a break to stay alive in the inning. Paxton and Netzel were going after it. Looked like both of them had a read on it. And then the last couple seconds, Paxton just lost it in the lights. And Netzel couldn't get to it in time based on where the ball was going to land. So 1-2 is the count to the Dodger pinch hitter, Ted Leathersich. Here it is again from Kretsch. The runner stays where he is, and the breaky ball stays outside for ball 2. The count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night's game for the Flames against the Wellsville Nitros will be their last against the Western Division this season. 2-2 is a breaking ball that just misses inside for ball 3. Count runs full out of 3 balls and 2 strikes to Leathersich. Flames have defeated the Rochester Richmond, lost to the Genesee Rapids, lost to the Niagara Power. As here's the payoff, and Leatherset swings and misses at the fastball, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get one man on, but they strand him. And the Flames head to the ninth inning, up 6-4.
Play on the Ryan HC scoreboard.
Top of the ninth inning here at Maple City Park. Brandon Ross alongside Eric Moon. Flames still the 6-4 lead entering the final inning of play. And it'll be Brian Hart leading off for the Flames.
Second base number 5, Brian Hart.
Brian Hart so far hasn't gotten a hit today. Reached base once on a walk back in the first. Brody Burdett still on the mound for the Dodgers as Hart rips that one into left field for a base hit. Hart likes the first pitch and rips it into left field and gets on base with a single with nobody out.
Tell you what, that was a get-me-over fastball from Brody Burnett to begin the inning, and if I was up at the plate, I'd be swinging at that because Hart laced it into left field for the base hit because that was just a hittable fastball. Good pitch to hit to begin the at-bat.
And now Hart leading off first, an ever-present threat to steal as Jake Zarat up to bat. Hart fakes a steal as that pitch misses outside for ball one. We've seen a lot of fake steals so far from all the teams we've played this season, including our own, and it's really a way to get in the opposing team's head, kind of throw off their defense. Burdett working from the stretch. Hart goes this time. Broken bat chopper up the middle, gets fielded by Broughton, fires over to first for the easy out, and on the steal, Hart advances to second with one man out.
Yeah, hit and run was on that time because, well, I'm not sure why. Well, Mike Cordero was staying aggressive, calling the hit and run that time. Zarat, yes, he breaks his bat, but he gets the job done. Does as good as a sacrifice bunt, getting the runner to second base on the ground out to short.
That splinter was a little dangerous, got very close to Burdett out there on the mound.
It was a big splinter, too. Initially, before I figured out it was a broken bat for a split second, I thought Zarat just lost the bat and it started flying towards shortstop.
The barrel practically split in two right down the middle. And now with one away and a runner on first, that brings up Corbin Paxton.
And that tells you the ball got the very top of the bat of Zarat's bat.
First pitch to Paxton is driven into left center field, but shallow. Drifting under that one's going to be Terrell. He'll make the catch. Very shallow in, so no attempt to tag from Brian Hart. Now 2 away and a runner on second. And now that brings up Jared Grosskooth for his second at-bat. Pinch hit for Nick Garcia in the last inning as the designated hitter. He struck out swinging that time.
And Keon Taylor continues to warm up in the Flames pen. Is working off the mound now to Trace Peterson to get ready for the bottom of the ninth inning.
An interesting idea. Might see whether they actually put Peterson behind the plate, given Zarat's already gotten 8 innings of work tonight. Hart takes a big secondary, and the first pitch finds the outside corner of the strike zone. Counts 0-1 here to Grosguth. Burdett, a valiant performance. No runs allowed in his innings of work. Hart goes for third, no throw. And now he gets into third with 2 men out and 2 strikes on Grosguth. But a single, and Hart scores as he's only now 90 feet away.
Well, Colin Johnson didn't even flinch because Hart was off to the races before Burdett even began his windup.
Another stolen base for Brian Hart. And the 0-2 is going to be chopped foul down the third baseline. Almost clips Brian Hart on the foot. He has to dodge out of the way of that one. And the count stays at 0-2. Grosguth out of the starting lineup the last few games, but certainly making a presence whenever he's in the batting lineup. The 0-2. Fastball misses high and outside. Counts now 1-2.
Well, he's a threat to score, as we found out with his with his 420-foot home run last week, that he's a threat to score every time he comes up to the plate.
And with that home run, you can tell he's got the power to hit it out anywhere here at Miles City Park. 1-2. Check swing. Doesn't go. Colin Johnson keeps that dirt ball in front of him and counts evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-2 count here, 2 away. In the top of the 9th inning, Flames still with a 6-4 lead. A runner on third, 90 feet away from scoring. Jarek Grosguth with a chance to get an RBI here, the 2-2. Doesn't go on the pitch that misses high. Fastball out of the zone, counts full at 3-2.
And this is what you want from any Flames hitter at any point in the game. A quality at bat from Grosguth, especially battling back from down 0-2.
Resilience a key for the Flames lately. The 3-2 payoff is a breaking ball, just misses inside, ball 4. So Grosguth trots over to first base, and now Mike Ruggiero up to bat with 2 runners on and 2 away. Ruggiero, mixed night, reached twice on walks, but also fielder's choice back in the first to end that inning, and a flyout to deep center back in the third. So no hits on the night for the shortstop. The first pitch is a fastball, catches the outside corner, counts 0-1. So Keon Taylor no longer warming up in the bullpen, likely ready should he be sent out there in the bottom half of the inning. The 0-1. Breaking ball breaks right over the middle of the plate. Ruggiero watches that one go by, and now he's behind in the count 0-2. Burdett with runners on first and third, 2 away, an 0-2 count on the runner. Grosguth jumps early and steals without a throw, so Burdett just caught blindsided as Grosguth just walks over to second base essentially without any effort from the defense.
Well, and that's exactly right. There wasn't much effort from the defense. Both middle infielders, Broughton and Lowry, they didn't move a whole lot, and they needed to cover the second base bag to try and get Grosguth.
The 0-2 is a fastball, misses high and inside, count 1-2. And in a situation like that, sometimes you send the runner on first base in order to force the pitcher off the mound, try to elicit a pickle move. And in that situation, Brian Hart could take advantage and score. So actually, smart play by Burdett, as the 1-2 is a curveball fouled off behind home plate.
Oh,
and Ruggiero staying alive here, counts still 1-2.
Well, it's a smart play by Burdett not to come off the mound and just let him take second base. There's 2 outs in the inning. If you focus on the batter at the plate and get him out, then you're out of the inning without any damage.
But now the consequence is now a 2-run lead. A single would likely double that with runners on second and third.
Still an even better decision, though, by the Flames to try and distract Burnett and try and get him off the mound to get an insurance run home.
It was a win-win play for the Flames there. And Burnett deals the 1-2. Is foul tipped behind home plate. Didn't hear any contact up here, but just the way it bounced back, it was very clear it was fouled off. So still 1-2 here. Ruggiero really fighting off, waiting for his pitch he wants to hit.
Well, and that back to that base running play. It's a win-win play. But if Grosskreutz gets tagged out before Hart can score, then they're out of the inning without giving up a run.
Breaking ball misses inside. Ruggiero ducks away. And the count's now 2-2, evened up now.
And this is another quality at bat by the Flames. It's what they've been doing all year, and it's why they had it's one of the many reasons why they had a 4-game winning streak just recently, and why they're winning tonight.
2-2's fouled hard back towards the netting behind home plate. Count still 2-2, and really working Burdette this at bat. As how many pitches is this at bat? It feels like this is about to be the 9th pitch.
We're right about there. We're at 8 or 9 at the moment.
Ruggiero crowding the batter's box as home plate umpire calls time quickly. 2 on, both runners in scoring position, 2 away, 6-4. The Flames lead in the top of the 9th inning. The 2-2 is a fastball looked on and watched for strike 3. Ruggiero retired on strikes after a lengthy battle at the plate. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left on base, both in scoring position. Heading into the bottom of the 9th, the Flames lead 6-4, trying to come back with a win after a big loss to the Saltcats. Last licks here for the Hornell Dodgers at Maple City Park. They're trailing 4-6 against the Onondaga Flames. A couple changes here for Onondaga. Keon Taylor out to close this one. And now catching for him, replacing Jake Surratt, is Trace Peterson. I mentioned in the last inning, Peterson was warming up with Taylor out in the pen in full catcher's gear, so this was always in the cards. And now to pinch hit for the Dodgers is Drew Hefner. The first pitch is a fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Hefner out of the University of Charleston, not the College of Charleston.
West Virginia, not South Carolina.
Hefner, a native of Bridgeport, West Virginia, and that one blooped into left field. That's going to drop near the line for a base hit. He thinks about going for 2, but he hangs around first. And that's a first batter single here for Drew Hefner. Gets the Dodgers on base early.
Well, there's no chance for H.A.D. Filippo or Adam Gordon to get to that one. It drops in perfectly, as we see now a pinch runner coming on for the Hornell Dodgers.
And replacing him out there on the base pad is going to be Joey Fotzker. Fotzker from another corner in the middle of nowhere university, Willamette University out in Oregon, a D3 school.
Native of Phoenix, Arizona.
You wonder how a kid going from Oregon to Arizona ends up all the way here in upstate New York, but nevertheless, He's on first base. And now that brings up Matt Staker for his fourth at-bat of the night. Staker 1 for 3. First pitch from Taylor is a fastball in the outside corner. And Staker's behind in the count 0-1. Staker a single back in the third, eventually coming around to score. Also a fly out and a ground out to his name. That pitch is going to be grounded on the ground towards third. DiFilippo fires on a bounce over to first, and he's able to get it there just in the nick of time.
That's a good pick at first by Corbin Paxton. Yeah, it's a tough ground ball, but you have to get at least one out on that play. No way DiFilippo's going to be able to throw to second in time, so he throws to first. It's a low bouncer, and Paxton with a great job to dig it out of the dirt and grab it at first base for the out.
Flames 2 outs away from giving Hornell a loss on their home turf. And now back to the top of the order for the Dodgers as Caleb Broughton comes up for his fifth at-bat. 1 for 3 so far today. A single, reached on an error, a walk, and a strikeout looking. Brown's also played some stellar defense out there at shortstop so far today. A leaping grab a couple innings back to save what would have been likely a base hit, maybe even an extra base hit. First pitch from Taylor is a fastball out of the zone. Broughton gives chase, but that gets away from Peterson behind the plate, and then Fautsker able to advance to third.
And this is the run you don't worry about, though, if you're the Flames. If he scores, but your team is still up if he scores.
Quick conversation between head coach Reed Brown of the Dodgers and the home plate umpire. Not exactly sure what this is about. And there will be a quick mound conference between Peterson and Taylor. This game's been really a back and forth. Flames able to maintain the lead. And hopefully they can get out of here with a win after suffering a pretty bad loss to the Saltcats back on Sunday.
Well, the first 2 innings, it seemed like it was going to be a blowout. See you later. Go home. Happy with the Flames up 4-0, especially after a 3-run first inning. But the Dodgers battled back. They got within 1 in the third inning. Flames answered with 2 of their own after that. And then the Dodgers have made it a 2-run game in the 6th inning.
Now 3 hours and 15 minutes into this contest. The 0-1 is a breaking ball, just misses the inside corner. Keon Taylor really wanted that one. He was sure that was a strike, but instead, the count's evened up at a ball and a strike on Caleb Broughton. Taylor, the sidearm righty, going up against the right-handed batter, Caleb Broughton. The 1-1 is going to be lined foul down the right field line, over in the direction of the Flames dugout. And now Broughton behind in the count 1-2. Fautsker with a lead off of third base. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Flames still with a 6-4 lead. Taylor gets set and deals the 1-2. Fastball inside. Very, very close to hitting Caleb Broughton there, and the count's evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it was still pretty close to the plates, according to the Flames dugout at least.
Broughton is crowding the plate very close here. His toes on the inside line of the batter's box. The 2-2 is chopped up the middle. Going to get past Taylor. And a bobble over at short by Mike Ruggiero. And for the second time in 3 innings, Broughton reaches on an error. And a run comes around to score, so it's now a 6-5 ball game.
It's going to be an error on Mike Ruggiero, but that is a terrible hop. It's just a slow roller that was hit hard enough to get by the glove of Keon Taylor. It takes a bad hop at the foot of the grass, right into the stomach of Mike Ruggiero, and there's really not a whole lot you can do about it. It's a hard play to corral the ball on, and now the Dodgers have the tying run on base and the go-ahead run at the plate with only 1 away.
And the go-ahead run, the game-winning run at the plate, and Keegan Terrell, one of the big hitters on this team, as the first pitch fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. If you're the Flames, this is the last guy you want on in a situation like this. pickoff attempts, nothing doing. Brown able to get back to first easy.
Well, it's either him or Kyler Kent, and Kent is on deck for Hornell.
Certainly a rough part of the order to go up against. Another pickoff attempt doesn't work. Terrell, no home runs on the year, but still 6 extra base hits.
That's three throw overs to first from Taylor.
All of them between 2 pitches. Taylor sets and deals the 0-1. Runner goes. And it looks like it goes off the home plate umpire and rolls down the first baseline as Broughton takes second successfully since Peterson unable to grab it off the pitch. The umpire takes a second behind home plate. It looks like that got him right on the leg. He's going to have to walk that one off.
Peterson just missed it, so that pitch went straight from Keon Taylor's arm right into the home plate umpire. That one is going to hurt a lot, but from the looks of it, he is okay and just walking it off. Tough guy behind home plate.
And now a quick mound conference with the infield. Trace Peterson, Keon Taylor, and now pitching coach Robert Anders out to discuss with the team. With a 1-run lead, you have some room to work with, but very little room to work with. Keon Taylor probably went out on the mound this inning feeling very comfortable, now kind of backed into a corner here.
Well, and that can be a good or a bad thing for a closer, because sometimes you get off the gas pedal a little bit when you have a 2 or 3 run lead, or even when you come in with an even bigger lead, not even in a safe situation. But if you're in a 1-run game, sometimes as a closer, you feel that adrenaline, you feed off it, and you pitch better as a result.
Broughton now on second base. A 1-1 count here on Keegan Terrell with the Dodgers down 1 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Terrell represents the winning run. The 1-1 pitch misses outside in the dirt. Trace Peterson able to keep that one in front of him. Now a 2-1 count here. Sky's now pitch black out here in Hornell, New York. Getting very late, reaching the 3-hour, 20-minute mark of this one. Keon Taylor still working to get the save here. 2-1. Fastball misses outside. Terrell ahead in the count 3-1, and Keon Taylor really needs to get this out here.
But it's not the worst thing if you lose this batter. Yes, you need the out, but if you walk him, you have the ground ball double play potentially at first base. However, it's a little different in this situation if you lose the batter because that's a winning run on base.
And you also have Kyler Kent on deck, who's a big power threat. That one's lined into left field for a base hit. Broughton rounds third. He's going for home. The throw in from left field is not going to be in time. No throw down the second as Terrell advances, and this game is tied up at 6 in the bottom of the 9th inning. First blown save on the year for Keon Taylor, and now the game-winning run is at second base.
Well, the Dodgers are giving the Flames a taste of their own medicine tonight when it comes to facing adversity. The Flames have been so resilient on the year, as we have seen many times. The Dodgers have shown that resilience too, and they've shown it tonight, battling back from a 3-run first inning, a 3-run deficit in the 4th inning, and now they have tied this ball game up here in the 9th with 2.
Winning run on second base, Kyler Kent up to bat. Already 16 RBIs on the year. His 17th right here could win this game. There's going to be an intentional walk here. An interesting sub-note to that, I thought this was a league where you could just wave a runner to first base, but apparently not. So all 4 balls are going to have to be thrown. As that second intentional ball almost got away from Trace Peterson. That would have been bad.
I wonder if that is just a major league rule, a major league and a minor league rule. Just the wave for the intentional walk.
But did they not change that in the major leagues?
They did change it in the major leagues. You do have a wave.
Well, they had in my high schools too, and we abide by national high school rules. I'm pretty sure that's the rule in college. I don't know.
Well, not all these leagues abide by the college rules.
Well, we don't have all the answers here, unfortunately. And the intentional walk's going to send Kyler Kent over to first base. 2 runners on here for Colin Johnson. Johnson 1 for 4 on the afternoon.
Now batting the catcher, number
If you want to take your chances with anybody in the order, especially around this part of the order, this is probably the guy hitting less than 300 here. Not a lot of clutch, less than 10 RBIs, despite him playing a lot of games so far.
And I'll tell you the guy not to take a chance on, the guy they intentionally walked Kyler Kent 2 for 4 tonight. Pair of singles, and he's got a lot of pop in that bat.
First pitch is a strike, even though it's dropped by Trace Peterson. That could pose some problems if it continues to do that, and the count's going to be 0-1.
Well, as long as he keeps the ball in front of him, the Dodger base runners can't really advance unless the ball gets.
Third time. There we go. Quick audio cutout there. Nothing missed. 0-1 count here to Colin Johnson. Game-winning run on second. Another runner stands on first. The pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. And it's again dropped by Trace Peterson. He's going to have to cut that out.
Well, that was a foul tip, actually. So there was not a problem there. I think it was foul tipped right just below Peterson's glove, and it skipped out in front of him after that.
Highly plausible. The audio isn't great up here coming from the field. A lot higher up than we're used to. An 0-2 count here to Johnson. As time is called at home plate. Keon Taylor's already blown the save. Could very well get credit with his first loss on the year here. Both runners take their leads. Taylor deals the 0-2. Lined right back to Keon Taylor. Throw over to third for 1. Over to first in time for the double play. Taylor able to escape, allowing a walk-off, and this one's heading to extras. The first extra inning game for the Flames this season. 6-6 heading into the 10th. Heading into extras here at Maple City Park in Hornell, New York. First time a game has gone to extra innings for the Onondaga Flames this season, as Jack Cherno set to lead off top of the order starting the top of the 10th here for the Flames.
And of course, it had to be the one that's 2.5 hours away from home, right? Right, Brandon?
Of course, we're going to be getting back in probably around 1 or later now. First pitch to Cherno, misses high and outside. Count 1-0. Burdette still out on the mound for the Hornell Dodgers. And Cherno's appeared at the plate 5 times today. He's only gotten taken out once. That one on a fly out to center field back in the 6th. The second pitch is a cold strike on the outside corner. Counts evened up at a ball and a strike.
But you know what extra innings does for us, Brandon?
More reps.
No, well, yes, but also we get a clearer road home. The road will have less traffic. We can get home quicker in a way.
1-1 pitch misses outside. Count's going to be 2-1, but you're also acting like at 10:30 at night we'd already have traffic getting out.
There's a little bit of traffic getting out, but how many people are on the roads after 11 o'clock at night?
This is true, but that would have been true whenever we got out of here, as the 2-1 pitch misses low. Now 3 balls and a strike here to Jack Cherno. Third baseman playing in here. Staker anticipating just the off chance of a bunt as the fastball misses outside for ball 4. Cherno walks for the 3rd time tonight. And he's on base for the 5th time out of 6. And now runner on first with nobody out, and that brings up Adam Gordon, whose fortunes have been almost the exact opposite. Up to the plate 5 times today, has only reached base once. That being on a walk back in the 6th inning. Otherwise, a pair of strikeouts, a flyout, and a ground out to his name today. First pitch to Gordon, a fastball way inside. Count's going to be 1-0. Gabe Golov giving a voice from the dugout, citing the immense pressure on Gordon. Half-heartedly, wholeheartedly. Fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 count here.
The old no pressure heckle. That's always a good one.
Okay, Golov, one of the big clowns on this team. You gotta love the guy. Even when he's down, he's got a big smile on his face. The 1-1, a fastball misses way outside. Can't keep that one in the zone. Counts 2-1.
Tell you what, he and Riley Glenn are the key kegs in the post-game shenanigans and the shenanigans in general for this Flames team, keeping the season lighthearted.
2-1 pitch in the dirt. Johnson able to keep that one in front of him. Counts 3-1 to Gordon. And regarding the post-game interviews, unfortunately, since it's so late and it's such a trek home, we decided to make everyone's trip easier, and we're not going to be doing post-game interviews after today's game, unfortunately. But you can enjoy just having the opportunity to listen to such a tight game. The 3-1 pitch misses high and outside for ball 4. Cherno was stealing, but it was outside anyway, and Gordon walks to first.
Well, don't forget, folks, there were shenanigans from yesterday you could take in that are posted on the Flames social media accounts, featuring, of course, some headfirst slides on the very wet home plate tarp, and, of course, a double person battle. I don't even know what it's called.
When you have a guy, match.
A jousting. Well, it is a jousting match, but except with guys as horses, and the jousters are the jousting. Baseball bats.
Have you ever seen catcher jousting before?
I have never seen catcher. I probably have. I've never heard the term catcher jousting.
Well, it's a fun rain delay activity. We saw some of it last night. It was quite a sight to see. Also some curling from Riley Glenn and Trace Peterson starring as the curling. I'm not even going to try. What is it called, the thing that you roll?
So you roll a stone in curling.
Trace Peterson,
a curling stone,
the current catcher, was acting as the stone. And Mike Netzel up to bat with 2 on after back-to-back walks. And nobody out here in the top of the 10th.
But in curling, you shoot for a target, try to land the curling stone on it. Trace Peterson went way past it.
Netzel fakes, bunt pulls back. First base charged in hard as that one missed high. Counts 1-0 to Mike Netzel. Heavy anticipation of a bunt here, as Mike Netzel has reached between walks and hit by pitch 4 times. No hits. Only one recorded at bat via a pop-up to first base. Netzel bunts that one back in the air to the backstop netting. Counts evened up at 1-1. That wasn't the goal Netzel was looking for there.
Well, I tell you what, he is an ultimate team player, especially with his stat line tonight. 5 plate appearances, doesn't have a hit, but he's reached base in 4 of those 5 plate appearances just by making the pitcher work to get him out, and the pitcher hasn't been able to get him out most times.
Scored one of the runs. Netzel already showing bunts. Pitch puts it down the third base line. Burdett Fields fires to first. The runners advance. Netzel's going to be thrown out at first. But 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 away here in the 10th for A.J. DiFilippo, who we've already seen some fireworks from tonight. A huge 2-run home run back in the 4th.
Well, and the bases might be loaded now because Netzel had some fantastic hustle down that first base line, beaten by just a quarter of a step on the throw by Burdett. Now the Dodger infield is in.
Infield playing in. Don't want to allow that game-leading run here for the Flames, but a great chance here as DiFilippo with just a fly ball could give them the lead. That one's ripped into center field for a base hit. 1 run comes around to score. Here comes the second runner. Gordon's going to get in there. A 2-run single for A.J. DiFilippo. RBIs number 5 and 6 for him on the afternoon. And just like that, it's now an 8-6 ball game here at Maple City Park.
Huge night for A.J. DiFilippo, and I'm wondering what the baseball did to him because he just mashed it up the middle on the first pitch. Lasered it. I thought for a second, if the grass wasn't there to stop it, that it might get by the center fielder out there. My goodness.
A.J. DiFilippo gave that one a ride. Now 6 RBIs on the day, an unprecedented performance as he fakes a steal, and a throw back to first is going to get A.J. DiFilippo. So just as he gets on base with 2 RBIs, he's going to get gunned down at first after faking a steal attempt. So now there's 2 away here for Brian Hart, but nobody on base, but at least the Flames have gotten those 2 runs in, so now they have a 2-run lead.
Well, he faked the steal, but he just went a little too far, and he didn't start to come back towards first base in time.
The 0-1 pitch is fouled back towards the backstop. An 0-2 count here to Brian Hart, who has had his fair share of struggles tonight. 1 for 4, a single, 2 pop-outs and a strikeout looking. Also walked back in the first.
Nobody up in the Flames pen, so it's Keon Taylor's 10th inning.
That one's going to be popped up right side, foul territory near the Flames dugout. That's going to land on top of the dugout. And Jeremy Taylor will cover that out of play. So it's an 0-2 count here still to Brian Hart.
That was actually Connor Morris' throw going for the baseball. He was calling it off, but the ball got the dugout.
You know, so many tall pitchers on this team, sometimes it's hard to tell them apart from a distance. The 0-2 to Hart. Fastball plunks him on the head. Frustration from Brian Hart. He takes his time tossing his equipment to the side. That one got him right on the helmet, but he wears it and is walking over to first base.
Well, I tell you what, he is the guy that takes one for the team on this Flames squad. He's already been hit by a pitch more than 5 times this season. It's a little frustrating to get hit by a pitch that many times, not being able to swing the bat, but he gets on first base as a result.
And now Trace Peterson, after subbing in defensively last inning, will get his first at-bat of the night in place of Jake Zarat, who finished the night 1 for 4 with a walk and a single. First pitch to Peterson was a called strike. Time is called, and head coach Mike Cordero is going to have a discussion with the home plate umpire. I don't know what this is about. Looks like the Flames dugout's been issued a warning here. And now the Dodgers head coach is out to discuss. This is becoming an interesting situation here. I don't know what's happening right now.
Well, the Flames dugout is really into this game, and the home plate umpire just wants it to quiet down a little bit in the park.
Gabe Golob insisting that they just love the team over there in the dugout, continuing to be rowdy over there in the dugout down the first base line. So an 0-1 count here to Peterson with a runner on 1st and 2 away. Runner goes, pitch outside, no throw as Johnson can't transfer that quickly. And so Brian Hart has a steal of second base, another runner in scoring position with 2 away.
Well, and that pitch was a strike, too, to Peterson, 0-2 the count, so he's going to have to battle to get on base this at-bat.
Peterson behind in the count, 0-2, a chance to drive in a 3rd run this inning. Keon Taylor we should see him next inning, and can you get the save once you've blown the save?
No, you cannot.
Runner goes, pitch misses outside, so Hart now steals 3rd base.
Well,
And a 1-2 count.
Rather, in
and runner on
Keon's
3rd.
situation, he can't get the save because the winning run, the go-ahead run was scored when he was still the pitcher of record. So he would get the win. This is a huge if, of course. We are not going past
We
the
do not
end of
want to
this
jinx
game.
ourselves. Now a fastball over the head of Peterson at the plate, and Brian Hart comes around to score. The 3rd run of the inning for the Flames, now a 9-6 lead. Certainly not what Burnett was looking for out of this inning.
Clearly,
Giving
he
up
got
3
rattled.
runs.
Clearly, he got rattled by Hart stealing 2nd and 3rd base. Pitch got away from him, ticked off the glove of Johnson at the backstop, and that was it.
Now bases empty with 2 away, a 2-2 count on Trace Peterson. The pitch is a ball in the dirt. Also outside, Burnett really losing his control here after a big inning by the Flames. Now a full count, 3-2.
Well, and this is it was an interesting choice to begin the 10th inning to have Burnett go back out there. Yes, he's been pitching well, but now he's had 78 pitches. He's had a lot of...
The payoff misses high for ball 4, so the inning doesn't end yet for the Flames as Trace Peterson heads over to first base, and Corbin Paxton up to bat for the 6th time. For the 5th time, my apologies.
No, it is his
No, it is the 6th time. I was at the wrong side of my score
Sixth time
sheet going.
through the order.
Unprecedented offensive performance for the Flames today. Paxton not his share of luck. 1 for 5 so far. Hasn't got on base since the 1st inning. First pitch misses high and outside, 1-0.
He and Jake Zurot, though, are the only 2 players with RBIs tonight not named A.J. DiFilippo.
The 1-0. Fastball finds the outside part of the plate. Counts even up at a ball and a strike. An unbelievable inning here from the Flames. 3 runs to take a commanding lead in extra innings. The 1-1 is driven deep down the right field line, but well foul. Corbin Paxton put a big rip into that one, but that one was yanked about 30 feet foul down the right field line.
May not have been high enough to get over the fence if it was down the right field line, but he got a hold of that one, and he has shown that power at times this year. Of course, a couple triples, also an RBI double. He has it at the plate.
Now a 1-2 count here to Paxton with 2 away and a runner on first. The pitch, cut on and missed. So Paxton is retired, but not until after the Flames put on 3 runs in the top half of the 10th inning. Now heading into the bottom of the 10th inning, another last looks chance for the Hornell Dodgers. The Flames have a lead of 9-6. Now in the bottom of the 10th inning here at Maple City Park, Flames, after a dominating 3-run performance in the top half of the inning, now have the Dodgers trailing 6-9 after the very nice performance.
Very nice inning indeed. 3 runs, put another crooked number on the scoreboard. Now you have a cushion, and Keon Taylor gets another chance to finish out the game. He cannot get the save, though, because the go-ahead runs were scored while he was in the game.
First pitch is going to be a called strike. To the batter is going to be Nate Thole. Dahl 0 for 4, did reach once on a fielder's choice. The 0-1 pitch is cut on and missed. Couldn't get around that fastball. Now behind in the count 0-2.
And for the record, yes, if you blow a save, you can record a save later in the game. Well, a team can, but a player can't.
And called strike 3. Dahl watches that one go by for a strikeout, and now the Dodgers are down to their final 2 outs.
Man, it's a great job by Taylor just to go up there. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, see you later for the first out.
And now Josh Lowry up for his 5th at-bat. 0 for 3 with a walk to his name and 2 flyouts and a putout. That pitch is cut on and missed. Couldn't even catch up to that fastball. Came in so hot. Counts 0-1.
Clearly, Keon is, well,
Keon wants to go home.
He didn't like that his last inning, so he's decided just to finish it right here.
The 0-1 is going to get fouled behind home plate. Over towards the parking lot, not towards my car. And the count's 0-2.
He's back. Keon's back on the mound with a vengeance this inning. He's looking like Gunnar Groen with an even bigger fastball out there at the beginning of the night.
Keon wants to go home, as I'm sure everyone else does. The 0-2. Lined foul towards the Dodgers bullpen. Still 0-2 here, as Gabe Golob still getting the Flames dugout excited. This motivation, we got to see Riley Glenn in between innings there. He was very excited about how the Flames did in the top half. The 0-2 is going to be a called strike 3. Second batter in a row caught looking, and now 2 up, 2 down here on strikeouts, and Keon with the chance to retire this side and end the ball game right here.
Well, and I tell you what, how Riley Glenn was feeling at the end of the top half of the innings, how every Flames fan is feeling right now.
Tired and wanting this to end, but very excited.
I'm not sure if Riley Glenn is tired, though.
Riley Glenn is never tired.
He's a big ball of energy 24 hours a day.
I'm convinced that man runs on some sort of extra fuel. First pitch is cut on and missed. Actually, a foul tip into the glove of Trace Peterson. Counts 0-1. The 0-1 pitch gets away from Peterson. So now a 1-1 count evened up here.
Ted Leatherstitch, the hitter at the plate for the Dodgers. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out swinging, and is as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th inning. He's the designated hitter.
If you want to get a rally going, if you're the Dodgers, this is the guy to have. 4 home runs on the year. Could very well get things excited. That pitch is a called strike right over the heart of the plate. And now the Dodgers and Leatherstitch down to their final strike.
Well, it's hard to get rallies started when Keon Taylor's throwing a knee-buckling breaking ball like that one.
1-2 count, 2 away, a 9-6 Flames lead. One more strike against the ball game. The pitch fouled right towards the Flames dugout. It's going to get fielded by the ever-passionate Riley Glenn. He'll take it back into the dugout, and the count stays at 1-2.
He's picking up bats from home plate. He's getting foul balls near the Flames dugout. He's coming up here and talking to us. My goodness.
He is the man. Taylor, the 1-2. Cut on and missed. He sets down the Dodgers on strikes, and just like that, the ball game is over. 10 grueling innings here at Maple City Park. Everyone is tired. We have a 2.5-hour drive awaiting us to head back home, but still a great game, a very tightly contested game, and a very fun one to watch.
It's a nice win and a big win for the Flames because, yes, the Flames are a game and a half better than the Dodgers when it comes to record, but the Dodgers can wake up at any time, and clearly both these teams are very resilient. That's how this game got to extra innings, and the thing is, the Dodgers and the Flames, well, the Flames got a big win as a result. It was a hard-fought victory, which makes it a big victory, and getting back in the win column. Now 8-7, you creep closer to the Syracuse Spartans for the top spot in the division. We haven't seen what Sherrill did tonight, but the Flames may be taking over second place by themselves at night's end.
Another big win as the teams are shaking hands, now winners of 5 of their last 6 games, and that'll do it from us here at Maple City Park. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We'll have full video coverage as well, and there will be post-game interviews tomorrow as it's a home game against the Wellsville Nitros, and that completes the Onondaga Flames competition against the Western Division of the NYCBL for the regular season. Eric Moon and Morgan Chapman will be on the call, and I will be on assignment. Thank you for tuning in. Final score, the Flames win 9-6 over the Dodgers.